Turn the mic on. Good evening, my children of the night, and welcome. Me and Darian are going to be playing Castlevania Curse of Darkness with the real Hector.
Or rather, I'll be
Isaac.
Watching.
Oh, well. I mean, you could play with me.
I'll
you can
I'll give input, but no, like we were talking about with the collection. Because, yeah, as to what games they're going to add, because obviously the no-brainers are going to be the 3D games. Lament of Innocence, Curse of Darkness, probably even Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness, if we're being generous. But they could still add a few more. There's obviously a few games that are missing that people would want. I would love to see Chronicles in a collection. I love that one. I think it would fit just fine because it's a PS1 game and it had Ayami Kojima's artwork in it. I think it would fit.
That's not a 3D game.
It's not 3D, but I mean, it doesn't have to just be 3D. They could put whatever they want in there because, I mean, if we're just going to stick to 3D games, then it's going to be a pretty small collection, I think.
Well, no, that's what I was thinking, because they added Haunted Castle, so maybe they could add the arcade game.
That's what I mean, like, but that's just it too. Along with Chronicles, or I've even seen people ask for Legends, which I definitely don't think they're going to add because I get it. You know, it would be nice to have it. It gets in the way of the lore, and especially packaging it in with Lament of Innocence, a game that directly contradicts that story. I don't think that would really work, especially for people that are just trying to get into the series, and people are like, oh, this has the origin story. You know, I want to see what the origin story of Castlevania is, and if they decide to play Lament of Innocence and Legends back to back, they're going to be a little bit confused. It's like, okay, which one am I? I thought Leon was the first Belmont, and now they're telling me Sonya's the first Belmont. Like, what's going on here?
Well, I didn't think she was the first Belmont, though, was she? I thought she gave birth to, like, Simon or somebody.
The implication is that she gave birth to Trevor or something, and she was supposed to be the first Belmont to. I guess that was the implication, that she was the first Belmont.
Really?
Yeah, until Lament of Innocence came around, and then that kind of rewrote it, and then he was the first Belmont, and then came Trevor, and then there was no Sonya after that. Well, until they tried to do Resurrection, but I don't know what the lore for that was going to be. I assume that they were going to try to write her into canon somehow, but we'll never know. But
I mean, if you have the Switch, you can play Legends on there.
I mean, I played it. No, I did. I think I played it as soon as it came out on the Switch, and that was the first time I played it, and it was fun. You know, I enjoyed it. And I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Sonya, but I do think when it comes to the Game Boy Castlevania games, it's a hell of a lot better than the Adventure. Do I think it's better than Belmont's Revenge? I don't know, but I do think it's better than the Adventure.
No, not Belmont's Revenge. I don't know, some of the art style in Belmont's Revenge is just mwah. Freaking love that a lot more. I feel like they took in terms of like music and everything, and like the use of sub weapons and everything, it feels like, or no, I'm sorry. With like music and story and everything, I think it did pretty good at. However, with like the art style, I mean, if you can call it that, and like the lack of sub weapons, it feels like they took a bit of a step back, if you know what I mean. Because I mean, you can compare them. Yeah, Legends. I feel like Belmont's Revenge was just a triumph, in my opinion, but that's just me.
I think the one cool thing I remember about Legends was Death being like this, like, ninja. They made Death into a ninja, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
But, I mean, it's cool they actually had him in there.
Yeah. But, no, you're right about Haunted Castle Revisited. That's the other thing, too, because that kind of set a precedent for what might be in future collections, because, like, I mean, the other ones we had, Anniversary Collection had a wild card. We had Kid Dracula, and the wild card for the Advanced Collection was Dracula X. So now we've got Haunted Castle Revisited, and that's just a remake. That's a straight-up remake that no one saw coming, and they just shadow dropped that on us. But that sets a precedent, though. Now we got to ask the question: are they going to do that again? And if so, which game are they going to do it for? That's a very big possibility if they do decide to add another remake of some kind. I would like to see a remake of Castlevania 3. I think it definitely warrants it because it's the only game that never got the remake treatment. Like, Castlevania 1 has tons of remakes. Rondo of Blood has Dracula X.
What do you think?
Dracula X Chronicles. Like, Drarian? Is that supposed to be like...
combining our names.
Sure. Okay.
It's the best I can do.
Or Drakian. Drakian, there you go.
Oh, I get, okay. No.
I don't think there's like a...
Dang it, I forgot you have to hit the triangle to go back. It's not
the circle. This is a PS2 game. Yeah, this is a PS2 game. This is back when triangle was the back button.
Well, funnily enough, in Japan, it was the circle that was the select button. Yeah, I think the cross was back.
It was circle, yeah. It was funny because when I eventually got on the PS3, that took some getting used to because I spent so long playing the PS2. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not triangle anymore? Gotta start pressing circle to go back? I'm just like, all right. But, no, yeah, I do think that Castlevania 3 would definitely need a remake. I mean, you could argue also that it would warrant it because of, like, again, I hate using this as an excuse, but, you know, it is valid that, you know, the hype of the Netflix show kind of revitalized the hype between Castlevania 3, and so I'm sure people would love to see like a remade version of Castlevania 3 where you get to play as Trevor and Alucard and Sypha. There's an audience for that, I guess, but I would just like to see it because yeah, but
how's this?
We're not here for fan games. But I would say this. I would say that my definitive list, my prediction for the next collection is definitely going to be Castlevania 64 / Legacy of Darkness. I hope they put both versions and not just... I really hope they don't just put Legacy of Darkness because I do think that there are differences between the two that one could favor over the other. And I really hope they don't just pick Legacy of Darkness just because, oh, it's the definitive edition, it's the director's cut version, it's more polished, has more stuff in it. It's like, no. There's a few things about it that I don't like, and I kind of prefer over Castlevania 64. So, I mean, I hope they do put both versions. But anyway, yeah, those...
Okay, well, you can explain why you don't like that, then.
Like what?
Like Legacy of Darkness. Feel free.
Okay, well...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, guys. Sidetracked. Well, before you do that, for context for you and everybody else... Darian, have you ever heard of... I think it's called Enhanced Curse or something. It's basically a mod that somebody was working on.
Yeah, I was wondering what this was because I'm not familiar with this window. So you're playing like a mod?
Yes. That's what well, that's the thing though. I'm a little worried because let me turn that off. I think I think you can, yeah, you can only see the game window. You can't see like the options and stuff on there. If you look at the stream, you'll see like there's normal, Forge Master, normal on there. I don't know if you could see it. I'm
only seeing the game window, so.
Okay, it's really, it's hard to explain. It's a separate, the mod itself is like a separate thing. It has its like separate UI that like covers the game, which is really weird. And I had to go through a whole bunch of loops or hoops just to get everything working on stream, which, wow, it's not even showing up on stream. Well, I hope it shows up in the game. All right, but yeah, we're playing a different version of this. I'm just gonna go on normal. I'm not suicidal. But yeah, we're gonna play a new one, new version. Get to see some new stuff. Be a nice experience for both of us. Let's see. Sword fighter, very fast, excels in focus-based techniques. I think I'll go with that. I like swords.
I like okay, the difficulty thing.
Yeah.
What was that? The other one that said hard or whatever?
Oh, there's super crazy, and then there's bloody tears.
It recommended to Castlevania masters, as if like if you're a master at any other Castlevania game, then this will be up your alley. As if Curse of Darkness isn't like its own unique entity among the other games.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think if you're just like if you're a professional at Classicvanias, I don't think that's going to necessarily help you at playing this game.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you're adept at Devil May Cry, maybe it might help you, or just 3D hack and slashers in general. But I don't know. It's just a funny little subtitle.
Yeah, I get you.
But going back on what I was saying with Legacy of Darkness, so I grew up with Castlevania 64. I remember when I picked out the game, I had the option to pick between that or Legacy of Darkness, and I picked Castlevania 64 because when I saw the game's cover, I saw the Blood Moon and I saw the castle. I'm like, okay, that looks like Castlevania to me. But when I saw the other one and it just had the werewolf on it, I'm like, well, I don't want to play as a werewolf. I want to play as the whip wielder, because that's what got my attention at first. And I'm glad I picked that, because I feel like if I started with Legacy of Darkness first, I probably wouldn't have been as attached at first, because I was really more interested in the whip gameplay that I saw in Lament of Innocence when my dad was playing it. So I'm glad I picked that first. So with that being said, the things that are in Castlevania 64 that I tend to like better compared to Legacy, first off, the intro. The intro is way better. That is hands down like objectively true. It's more animated. You have the intro music. No, Castlevania 64.
What?
Yeah, with the whole scene where.
Intro.
Oh right, well no, Legacy of Darkness has like a big old like cutscene with Gilderoy and the village burning, and then they try to do the ritual.
That's like the whole
but
intro.
I don't know. But like I like the whole, just the foreboding, it sets the mood when you see the zoom in on the castle and then it fades into Malice playing the violin, and it felt so dark and it just felt so foreboding. It's just so iconic. I don't know. But with Legacy of Darkness, when you end the cutscene, the title screen itself is just a static image and you just start the game. I don't know. I tend to just like the Malice opening a lot better, just because I feel like it just sets the tone.
I get ya. I mean, I do like the circle around the castle and like showing it off, but I mean, it's really hard to beat the maid running away and everything and getting caught and just showing how brutal the game's gonna be.
Right. I mean, it's just a preference thing. It's a nitpick. Legacy, they're both valid. I would say Legacy of Darkness's cutscene is more oriented towards like story and exposition, so that you know what's going on. Whereas with Castlevania 64's intro doesn't really explain anything. It just kind of gives you the castle close up and then has Malice playing a violin. But I don't know. I like it just because of the simplicity and how iconic it is. That's neither here nor there. But thing on the real criticism though.
What's that?
I was saying getting onto the real criticism though. I don't like how puzzle-centric Legacy of Darkness is. I feel like they made a lot of changes to some areas that really didn't need it. The Villa section in particular got it the worst because I feel like the Villa section. You like that rose garden puzzle? You like the tablet puzzle?
Okay, hang on. I like that they do something different. Oh, come on, dude, get a room. I like how they like add different things. Okay, I will admit it took us a long time to figure it out. Me and my sister didn't know anything about the red rose he had to find in the garden. It just randomly appeared at one day, and I was like, what the fuck? But I don't know, it's just something about it, it feels... And I mean, 64 kind of had the same thing, dude. It feels kind of like a Resident Evil area, and I really like that. But I don't know.
That's what I mean, though. That's what I was getting at, is because the Villa section was already kind of like... I didn't really like it in the original version either, because you had that stupid section where you had to sit on your ass for like 5 minutes waiting for Rose to get into the garden so you can get the key. That didn't need to be there. But luckily, that's really the only part of the villa that I don't like. The other parts where you gotta run away from the chainsaw guy, that was scary. The part where you just need to, because really the only thing you need to do other than that in the villa is just run around each room looking for keys. And that's it, and then you're kind of just done after that. But they made it worse in Legacy, because not only do you have that, now you have to run around the maze a bunch of times, backtracking, looking for these tablets. And it takes a while. If you don't know where they are, it can kind of leave you stumped, and I don't like that.
I feel like 64 made it a little too easy though, because I like the Henry rescue thing. I'm sorry, but it was... Oh, hold on. Explosion with fists. Press X and circle to cause an explosion. Sweet. I wish I could do that in real life.
Stuff.
Yep. Laser with a short sword. Press circle after the last normal attack to fire a laser. Yes. Awesome.
So we got like Legend of Zelda shit going on here?
Well,
we'll try it.
Yeah.
Fire a laser.
It's not like Zelda. It's not like a Zelda
laser.
Oh,
it's like...
Yeah. But again, that's
now, what was the other
thing.
thing? What was the simultaneous button thing? The explosion.
Well, that was for if I'm doing punches and stuff. And I was gonna say, once again, you can only see the game, and it's like just void of any UIs and stuff.
Yeah, there's no HUD.
I'm so sorry
I see that.
Hey, is there a way to add that?
I don't know.
Maybe if you have Nitro.
Well, I don't know. I think that's just... I wonder if that's something that has to do with... I don't know, like the recording software you're using, or I don't know.
No. It's like a different layer. If I can just enable another window to like...
Oh, but I don't know anything about... I'm not adepted. I'm not really like savvy with Discord screen sharing stuff. I don't know like the specifics, but I mean, it's not a deal breaker, I guess. I'm like I can see the game, so I mean, but.
I mean, if you want, I could boot up Parsec, and you can look at it that way.
No, I don't know. I'd have to boot up my laptop for that, and Parsec is not really nice to me a lot of the time. It's not a big deal.
Oh, wait, what are you using right now? Phone?
My phone.
Ah.
But no, that's really about it, because yeah, when it comes, it's really just kind of adding stuff to area, because I want you to look at it this way. Castlevania 64 is pretty linear and pretty short and straightforward, and that's why when it comes to areas like the Villa, it stands out because it's really like one of the only times in the game where you have to look around and backtrack, because for the rest of the game, you kind of just go around and just do certain tasks or just go from point A to point B. The villa, the castle, well, the castle center has some backtracking too with the stupid magical nitro crap.
We don't talk about the magic nitro.
But no, basically that's my only gripe, is that Legacy of Darkness adds extra puzzle segments to areas that didn't need it. I will say, in its defense, though, and this is why I said both versions have their pros and cons. Legacy of Darkness does polish the gameplay quite a bit, because one of the biggest issues I had with Castlevania 64. Oh my God! Wait, what? It says you have 0 health.
Yeah, again, you'd have to look at the stream and it'll show that there's like a separate HUD. Trust me, I have health. I got like 95. And I also have a magic bar too.
One of the biggest issues I had with the original Castlevania 64 was the broken ledge grabbing. So many times where you try to jump into a ledge, even if you are dead straight, even if you're hugging the shit out of that ledge, you are making direct contact with it. It does not matter. Sometimes that ledge grab just does not register and you will fall to your death, and it happens way too often in that game. But in Legacy of Darkness, they actually fixed it to where if you're anywhere near a ledge, even if you're facing away from it, you will gravitate toward it, like your hands are just magnetized to the ledge. So I'm glad they fixed that. So there's things about it, there's like gameplay mechanics that they did polish. So I do appreciate that, but it's just, as an overall game though, I don't know. I just didn't like the fact that they added so much stuff to certain areas that didn't really need it. Like there's levels that I do like that they added. I liked the boat segment. I liked the extra clock tower segment that they added. Not so much a fan of that one maze room with all the zombies in it.
Wait, what maze room?
The one with the sand with the crumbling floors.
Oh,
and if you go in the wrong room.
Dang it. The Tower of... Don't tell me. I'm a Castlevania fan. I know what it is. It's not Tower of... Fuck.
I don't think it's Tower of Science, is it?
No. It's something of like ancient stuff. Tower of... Don't say it. Figure it out. Damn it.
I don't even know what it is either, because I forget.
Okay, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's I don't hate it, but it really does give you like the Tomb Raider vibes or something. I assume Tomb Raider's like that.
But no, don't get me wrong. I think both games are fine. I was just listing out like pros and cons of both for why anyone would want both versions of the game to be in the like this hypothetical 3D collection. That way they don't just put one version over the other. Another one, and this one used to be a pretty big deal breaker for me, but not really anymore, because I guess they recently found out a cheat code after like 20 years where you can unlock all the characters from the get-go. And it's a variation of the Konami code. And this is good, because this was honestly one of the biggest deal breakers for me, is because if you play Legacy of Darkness, even though you can play as Reinhardt and Henry and Carrie, no matter what file you pick, even if you've beaten the game already, even if you've beaten the game with Cornell, if you start a brand new file, it does not matter. You have to play as Cornell on every new file that you start, because it's on a per file basis. You don't get to play as the other characters unless you've played as Cornell first. And I do not like that.
That's
because
why
I like
always copy my Henry files.
Yeah. But luckily, because of that cheat code, you could just put that in, and you had access to all these other characters from the get-go. So that's good. That's nice to have. But
or if you play the Japanese version,
right? Which I'm sure they would include, because that's what the collections have been doing as of late. They always put the Western versions and Japanese versions.
Support.
Yeah. So, but no, that's that. Going back on what I was saying because I got off on a tangent on that. So yeah, my big predictions for the 3D collection are hopefully both versions of Castlevania 64. Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness those are probably the biggest no-brainers. Those are almost guaranteed to be in there. I would like to see Dracula X Chronicles. I would like to see Chronicles in there. Then the wild card could either be something random or it could be a remake. Now here's something that could be in there. This is a reach. This is a very big reach. What if they gave us the arcade?
That's
because it's out there now.
Sad.
Did you? I didn't hear you.
Yes, I said since they added Haunted Castle, then wouldn't it be cool if they had that?
Yeah, because I mean it's out there now. Like if Konami, like if for any reason Konami didn't have access to it in their headquarters, if they didn't have it in their warehouse, they could just grab it off the internet because it's out there. Like the whole ROM is out there now. You can just get the arcade, and I guess they can do whatever tweaking they need to do to just make it playable on modern hardware, because it's possible. You can map it, you can play it. People have already played it. And especially because light gun games are possible on consoles now. You don't need a light gun.
Yeah.
Like we've had House of the Dead remake 1 and 2. We've got the Buck Hunter games. So light gun games are possible on consoles. You can definitely play those.
Especially with Switch.
I think Konami is very much capable of bringing the arcade to consoles, because I'm fairly positive that that's the one game that like over 90% of Castlevania fans, even hardcore ones, have never gotten to play. Though I'm sure that's changed now because, again, it's on the internet and you can play it on PC now. So a good chunk of people have gotten to play it. But for the longest time, that was the one game that almost no people got to play. Unless you actually went to go find that one arcade cabinet somewhere out in the wild and play it for yourself.
I mean, it's possible. I heard there was like one somewhere in LA.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Unless you went to that cabinet yourself to play it, then you weren't playing it.
Yeah. But I mean,
now
I don't want to.
Now we've got some outliers. Now about the outliers, because you probably think, oh wait a minute, you're missing a few. What about Judgment? What about Lords of Shadow?
Exactly. No, Lords of Shadow, that could be its own thing.
Yes, Lords of Shadow would definitely be its own remastered trilogy. I can already see that without a doubt. Judgment, on the other hand, it is a 3D game, but I don't think...
Sorry. Oh man, I gotta walk all the way back to the save point. How about this? Oh wait.
I noticed that this game removed the fog. That's why this game looked weird. I just noticed.
How do I... Up. There we go. There we go. Whee!
Oh, there you go. Boy,
I'm gonna take advantage of that.
That is probably the best quality of life feature this mod could ever have. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
This game desperately needs something like that.
Only problem is it takes mana.
Yeah.
I think they did increase his walking a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I know a lot of people tend not to like that very much about this game because of how windy the corridors are and how long they are. I mean, it is a valid criticism, but I don't know. When I was younger, when I was playing this for the longest time, I really didn't mind it, probably just because of how much I was being absorbed into the music. The music really takes you out of it and makes you forget how long these hallways are.
Until you get to Dracula's castle, and then
until you get to Dracula's castle and you're like, okay, this is a little bit ridiculous. It's like, put some enemies in here. Why do they always gotta be empty, dude? Put some enemies in here to at least break the tension.
They have redundant enemies that are like super strong to like break the mold, but it's the same thing over and over again. There's like hardly any puzzles sometimes.
There is an argument to be made for why they chose to do it like that, and I guess it's to like give it a sense of scope, to make you think, oh, this place is big. Oh man, Dracula's castle is huge. But the drawback to that is it's taking an awfully long time just to get through these hallways.
Plus, I think it like loops around in a circle, so
it does.
Go left or right.
That's my
it doesn't really matter.
I noticed that when I did my recent playthrough of this game, because I didn't notice this until recently. This game has a problem with winding pathways that just lead back into each other that don't go anywhere, and that kind of irritates me because it's like, okay, why is this here? Why is there just this arbitrary pathway that just loops all the way back around that doesn't take me anywhere substantial? Why is this here?
I don't know.
There's there's a lot of looping pathways in this game.
I literally went backwards. How the hell did that happen?
But about Judgment, so it is a 3D game, but I don't think it would be at home in the 3D collection because it's a fighting game. It is not a Castlevania game in any traditional sense. It is very different, and frankly, I feel like right. Well, I mean, Kid Dracula at least has the excuse of being a 2D platformer. You could at least argue that. Even if it's not explicitly like Castlevania, it at least is at home in that collection because it's a 2D platformer, right? But Judgment is a fighting game, and I don't really know if it would fit in a Castlevania collection. That's why I think, because I like Judgment, I like it, I enjoyed my time with it. I think Judgment would serve better as its own standalone remaster.
Well, hold on. Let me say something real quick, because you said that there's always like that one game that was set apart from all the other ones. So for the first one, we got Kid Dracula. The second one, we got Dracula X, whatever. This one could be Judgment, because the other games were so different in their own way as well. Like the other one we got was not like the Haunted Castle remaster. It was not a Metroidvania Castlevania game. So
well, okay, but here's the thing though. It's even but the reason why those work though, because again, they at least are still fundamentally 2D platformers. They don't function the same way as in like exploration wise or pacing wise, but playing them you still get the gist of like, okay, press left or right and just jump and hit stuff. But Judgment, like objectively, is a drastically different game compared to every other game in the series because it's a fighting game. And the reason why I think it just wouldn't work in a collection is because it's a big game. There's a lot of content in Judgment, and I don't know. I think it really would work as a standalone game because I think there's an audience for people who like fighting games and people that like Castlevania especially. I feel like it's one of those games that could have its own like fighting scene. It's like, think of it this way, right? Like you want people who play Castlevania Judgment, you're like, oh, but hey, hop on Castlevania Judgment. Okay, well, you got to get the collection that has all the other games with it. It's like, well, you don't want to just get the collection if you just want to play Judgment and just play a fighting game. I don't know. Just something about it. Something about Judgment just screams standalone.
But Konami will never do it, though. That's the thing.
Will they, though?
No. Dude, this is Konami we're talking about.
I don't know. I'm not. So I'm not really the kind of person to.
They were easily able to remake Haunted Castle because it's a small 2D game.
Well, see, that's the thing. Well, see, that's right there. That's the problem with that's why these days I don't find myself subscribing to the whole, oh, this is Konami we're talking about anymore, because the Konami today is not the same Konami from, like, let's say 2014. The Konami from 10 years ago is not the same Konami today, because Konami today is doing a lot more than they used to do. We're getting collection after collection after remake after remake, sometimes when we don't even expect it.
That's because they need more money, though. They want to try to keep the series relevant, and we still haven't gotten a new game or anything. And I know how you feel on them making a new game and everything, but I would really love to see a new one someday.
Well, I'm sure like a lot of people do, but you like look at it this way. There's tons of franchises out there that don't do this stuff, that don't do any collections or any preservation of any kind for their games. And I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the people that are fans of like
Capcom's doing a
F-Zero that
pretty
don't
good
get
job.
any attention to their games whatsoever. Like Nintendo especially are really bad about preserving their games and doing collections. They're really bad about that.
I mean, they're doing just fine with like their online thing. Granted, it's kind of BS that you need online to
Not
play
really.
them.
I mean, they really drip feed that stuff, and the fact that it's locked to an online subscription service is really kind of scummy to me. That don't really feel like preservation to me, because that just tells me that because it's an online subscription service, that means without a doubt there is going to be a point when those servers are shut down, and those won't be accessible anymore. So I can't really say that that's preserving anything. But with Konami, though, they're actually taking this step in the right direction, just like Capcom is. Capcom's on top of it, doing constant remakes and remasters and collections of all their games, like Mega Man, Street Fighter. And so, like, I admire Konami for taking this step in the right direction and, like, doing these collections. Like I don't think like you said, I don't think anybody expected them to do a remake of Haunted Castle. That they didn't have to do that. They just did that just because.
But again, it's like a smaller game, and
But they didn't have to do it though. They could have just took the easy route and just said, "Oh, let's just do the DS games and just be lazy." But no, they did a whole remake. They didn't have to do that.
Though. They had to add something else. What else would they have added? Legends.
They didn't have
everybody
to,
would have been
they
pissed.
Would they? Everyone would have been happy with just the 3DS games. Like, I would have been happy with that. I don't think anybody in their right mind would have been mad if they just included the 3DS trilogy.
Honestly,
like, that would have been fine.
I would have loved if they added Dracula X Chronicles, or at the very least, Requiem on there.
That is a top. That's another can of worms right there.
Well, if they had Symphony of the Night in the collection, that would have been amazing.
That's something that I hope that they address soon, because that is very much an elephant in the room, because people ask for that every time a new collection comes out. I always see people saying, "What about Symphony of the Night? Where's Symphony of the Night? Do something with Requiem." Which, yeah, they should, because
because
I get
it's locked
that,
to Sony. They're like cock blocking
it's
us.
Like, here's the weird thing about that, though, right? Here's what's strange about that. The weird thing about it is because, yes, even though Sony did help to work on those ports, and yes, you could argue that, oh, it's Sony and the licensing thing, they have ownership over it, yeah, sure. Here's the weird thing about it. How did Symphony of the Night, the Dracula export of Symphony of the Night, how did that get a mobile version? How did that happen? If Sony is being so hostile and so, like, protective of those ports, how did it get a mobile version? That's
really
what's weird
know.
To me. Yeah, I don't know either.
That's what I'm saying. If it's not Sony, then it's Konami being freaking weird.
That's what's weird, but that's the thing. People always fall back on the excuse of, oh, it's Sony's fault. It's Sony the one that's doing it. But really, I think it's just Konami. I don't know who to blame here, because it's a weird situation. But no, I do think that when it comes to Requiem, not only do I think that they should bring Requiem to all other platforms, I think they need to update it. I think they need to do like a Requiem Plus, where not only do they give us every other version of Symphony of the Night to please everybody, because I know, even though I like it, I like Dracula X Chronicles version of Symphony of the Night. I like that version. There's tons of people out there that don't. They're like, oh, I like the original dub better. I like the PS1 version better. And you even get some people that like the Sega Saturn version better. So you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just add all the versions of Symphony of the Night to please everybody. And while you're at it, add a remaster of Dracula X Chronicles. Because, yes, do that. Because it's really weird. It's weird seeing the game use like key artwork and poster artwork from Dracula X Chronicles when it's not even included in the bundle.
Too.
So it's like, just do it. Re-release Requiem, update it to include more versions of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, and give us Dracula X Chronicles on top of it. That would be perfect. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I know for a fact that yes, when it comes to the next collection, I do feel like that the 3 guaranteed games we're gonna get, I feel like are going to be Castlevania 64 and the PS2 games. I feel like those are guaranteed. I don't know what else could be there.
Sorry, my friend's story's here.
Damn it, but I don't know what else. I don't know what else they could pick. Again, I would love to see Chronicles because that's my favorite remake of Castlevania 1. And it sucks that it's not in any of the collections yet. And then, I mean, you've got the other, like, obscure ports, like, because like, there's, like, a bunch of, like, obscure ports of other Castlevania games that they could put out there, but again, that's just kind of, like, grab bag stuff that they could do. I don't know what else they could do. It's just wild card stuff at this point. Yeah.
No, I get you.
But actually, you know what? Since we're still talking about that, that leads to another question because regarding Metal Gear Solid, they also set a precedent because they put like comics and mangas in there. So it also makes me wonder if they could do the same thing for this collection because everybody knows about the Curse of Darkness manga, and there's even the elusive, obscure, and somewhat kind of lost media Lament of Innocence manga that I don't even know if Konami would even have access to that, and if they did, you know, are they even going to put them there? Yeah, no, it's like supposedly lost media because all we have of it is like the cover art for the manga and I guess like some really pixelated screenshots of it. But I know without a doubt they could definitely put both of the Curse of Darkness mangas in there if they wanted to. I don't know if they will, though, because they haven't done that thus far. They haven't included any type of manga material or book material in any of the collections yet, aside from, like, the e-book for, like, the history of Castlevania for the Anniversary Collection. But since then, all we've had is, like, art books and art galleries and such and music players. But yeah, I do think if you're going to do a collection that includes Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness, you should absolutely put the manga in there. Because that's canon. That's backstory. We need exposition. That's proper exposition for people that want to know more about what's going on in this game.
But do you really think Konami cares that the people care about the story?
Not really. I mean, I don't think they really care about the timeline anymore, about like what's like canon or whatnot anymore. I don't think they really care. But it'd be nice. I mean, they did, because again, they did the same thing for Metal Gear. They put all that bonus material in there, like the books and the videos and whatnot. So it's like, I mean, why not do the same thing for Castlevania? It's like they set precedents, right? Like that's the only reason why I'm even having this discussion, because they set precedents, right? They give us a remake of Haunted Castle Revisited, so the precedent is there that they might do another remake. They give us comic books and mangas for the Metal Gear collection, so the precedent is there that they might give us mangas for the next Castlevania collection. Who knows? Am I going to be upset about it if they don't? Not really. I mean, it'd be nice, but like all that matters to me is that these games are preserved. That at the end of the day, that's all I care about, is being able to play these games, you know, on modern hardware without having to emulate them all the damn time.
That's the thing, though, isn't preservation like a bitch?
It is, but it is important at the same time. Like I know some people, like there's like because recently we've had that thing going around, like there's a thing going around about like, oh, what if AI, like we're going to do AI gaming now, we're going to make it to where AI can generate games that you want to play, and it's like, no, I don't see that going anywhere good at all. I don't think that's going to be good whatsoever, and I don't think it's ever going to reach that point where they can faithfully do it correctly. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're better off just...
Now you're playing in the game.
Oh, okay.
Circle.
But no, it's tricky, it's hard, and especially when it comes to...
What? I don't... This is weird.
What?
I don't have the fairies, so I can't open that chest up. Plus, I didn't play that scene where we where we meet Zed. This isn't randomizer either. Technique allows Hector's innocent devils to power up their special moves. So covering hurts when your synergy bar is located. L3 to activate it. Yeah. Order your innocent devil to use special move. Ooh. So devil is weakened. Try using synergy right now to heal it. Oh. Really, game? Is that how you do it? I don't know if I'm doing it right. Shit.
Well, I mean, now we got a bigger problem because, yeah, if you can't open the chest, how are we going to proceed?
Can I open? Hector cannot open.
Yeah.
Come on, Hector. Well, we'll figure something out. It said L3, didn't it?
I don't remember.
What? Your synergy leveled up and your max synergy is increased. I am so confused. There are multiple ways to refill your synergy bar, which is currently empty. Setting your ID's AI to auto will allow you to gain synergy while fighting, but other actions, such as evolving your ID. It's
okay,
so
fuck the
weird
synergy. How do we open this chest?
Yeah. Also, I always thought it's silly that they shorten it to ID. It's like,
yeah, that always. I remember that weirding me out as a kid because I didn't understand like the acronym for innocent devil. I just thought, oh, ID. Like, are we like are we using identification for these guys or something?
It's like Hector tries to buy alcohol and is like, sir, can we see your ID? And he just whips this guy out. Whips the ultimate guy out. It's like, yeah, you could just take the beer at this point. Oh, it hurts him while using this. Okay. Well, I'm thinking I have to go all the way back because there is one area that you could go to in the game once you get this guy. You can like use his ability gunner. So I'm hoping that's where the ferry is. I'm hoping this game didn't get bugged. Time to go back. Whee!
Well, if you can't get past the door with the crest, then you're kind of stuck.
Well, no, there's an area before that though, where you can go into if you use your guy's ability. You'll see. I'll get that back there in a minute. Also, I did not get a memorial ticket at all. What the hell? I thought that was like the first thing you got whenever you entered these. I was kind of felt off about the memorial tickets, but considering this is a 3D game and Hector here runs like, I don't know. Yeah,
no, it's definitely helpful in this game. I found myself using it quite a few times because it is one of those games where even though it does have warp rooms, you know, the warp rooms are few and far between, and you have to do quite some walking to get to them anyway. And yeah, with how big these maps are and how slow Hector walks, yeah, you're probably going to be using the memorial tickets quite often.
Yeah, I use them to like...
I didn't really use them so much in Lament of Innocence, probably because in Lament of Innocence, you know, the maps are much smaller, they're more segmented, and there's a lot more save rooms that you can get to. And again, you don't have this problem where the maps are so big and sprawling, and you have these giant endless hallways. The only time I had that issue in Lament of Innocence was like the House of Sacred Remains. There's only like a couple parts in that map where the hallways are really long, and that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I just take my memorial tickets and I register it to a certain save point that there aren't any like warp rooms nearby.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because this is a 3D game and it's more open space. Yeah, I can understand, but still. Wait, did Lament of Innocence have both the memorial ticket and the... oh, wait, no, yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was, like, lacking one of them, but then I forgot Ronaldo did have a ticket.
And I think that was kind of like their way to circumvent the fact that there was no warp rooms in Lament of Innocence whatsoever. And it's like, if you don't have warp rooms, then how are you going to get from place to place easier? So I guess that was their way of doing it.
Wait, there weren't?
But no, there weren't. You didn't have warp rooms. You just had the memorial tickets and the magical tickets.
Wow.
Curse of Darkness is the only one that had the warp rooms in it.
Well, granted, it's been a long time since I played, but I swear there was like something, because how did I get out of the places easier? Maybe I just used the shop ticket or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the only way you can get out of them is using either the memorial ticket or the magic ticket. Because once you're in a stage, the only way out is back out. You either finish the stage or you go all the way back to the main entrance and go back to the portal.
Okay. Also, thank you, Starry. I don't have any water though. I think I can go through here. Or not?
Yeah, you might be a little bit screwed.
Something fits in the door.
Yeah, something fits into this door, but unfortunately we can't get that something because they gave us the wrong fucking innocent devil.
Oh, there's gotta be some. Did I get him because I picked swordsman?
Well, at first I thought you were referencing the back area of the castle where the drawbridge is at. I thought you were referencing that first. Maybe you should check back there to see what's back there. You know where where that Maui statue is?
Oh. Yeah, let me see.
Maybe see what's back there.
So you need me here? Yeah, I wanted you to watch. Again, I wanted you to see who the real characters are. Because you said you never played this game, and unfortunately you're stained by the blood of Netflix.
We can't have that.
Yeah. What? What the fuck?
What?
I don't remember this at all. You can just
you can come back here. Yeah, no, and actually there's later on in the game, I think it's either it's the ruins or it's one of the forest areas. You go to a cave.
The Tower of Ruins, that's what it was called. Like Save Darkness.
The ruin. Okay. But yeah, there's a point later in the game where you go through like a cave. Oh, there it is. They moved it. Okay, so you got the dragon. They moved it back here with the Maui statue. What the fuck?
Yes, Hector just entered through this way. Why did they do that?
That's weird. But yeah, okay, yeah. So there's the Maui. But no. Later in the game, you go through like a little secret cave, and then you bust your way out through here via a breakable wall, and then you end up back here. But yeah, no, you could just walk backwards and come back here and get that Maui head.
I thought the drawbridge closed after you met Isaac.
No.
I don't know. I just don't remember being able to go, but that's probably why I never got the Maui head. I always thought it was at the entrance here because I read somewhere, you can get it if you have Lament of Innocence saved on your thing, and I didn't get it, and I'm like, you guys fucking lied to me.
No, because they wanted you to walk backwards.
Well, this is the reason why we have that ring. Netflix version of Hector was the first time I saw him, so I couldn't say anything about him. Well, this is Hector. This is the badass.
Well, don't worry,
you
because
missed the cutscene, but
this character is much less of a pussy than the Netflix version, so you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Wait, so if the Dragon Crest is here, then what's in that chest?
Yeah, now that has me curious. So, why do they do that? Why do they, shift stuff around?
I mean, it's cool that I got this guy first.
or something.
Yeah. I was actually looking for a randomizer of this game, but they didn't have any.
Well, I guess it's the closest you're gonna get.
They do have a randomizer of Castlevania 64, and I'd really like to play that with you sometime.
I know, and I did that. I actually did that on a stream some time ago. Yeah, well, it was a party stream that I did on someone else's channel, and I played it, and it was regret. I regret doing that.
You played it without me?
It was not as fun as you'd think it would be. So it was probably just because I neglected to make the proper settings because... so here's what happens, and this is the problem when you play a randomized game. If you choose to play a randomizer on a linear game, it gets boring real fast, because really what happens is you are forced to find certain... Because you're on a A through B path, right? You're on a path from A to B, and the only thing in your way is certain specific items that impede your progress, like a key or like an item you need to move. And if you don't have that item, then you're not going anywhere. You know, it's not like a Metroidvania or like a Zelda game where you have all these options available to you if you don't have a certain item. It's like, oh, let me just go check here then, or let me go check here then. If you're playing something like Doom or Castlevania 64, if you don't have the key to move to the next stage, you're stuck. And if you've already checked all your bases, if you checked every nook and cranny in that stage and there's nothing there for you, well, guess what? Then you're going to be waiting for your buddies to find whatever check you need next. So you know what that means? That means sitting on the pause screen for 2 hours.
But what if you played it single player?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you were playing it single player, then it probably wouldn't be that bad, but it was an archipelago stream. I was doing an archipelago party stream with like 3 other people, and the objective was that they could find your checks in their world. So, like, let's say one guy's playing Zelda, another guy's playing Banjo-Kazooie.
That's what I was doing with Luigi's Mansion, but I was doing single player.
Right. But I wasn't. So I was running into the issue where I'm like, okay, even though I made it to the end of the stage, I need to find a key for this door. And if I can't find the key for this door, well, then I guess I'm just going to sit here on this pause menu for like 3 hours. And that's what ended up happening. I was sitting there on the pause screen just twiddling my thumbs while everyone else was sitting there trying to find their checks. And I'm like, okay, I regret doing this. I love Castlevania 64, but this was a terrible decision for an archipelago stream.
Well, again, just play it by yourself.
Here's the funny thing too.
Were you the only one playing? I meant, were you the only one playing the Castlevania game? Were they like playing Zelda and stuff?
Yeah, no, they were playing. Yeah, no, one was playing Zelda, one was playing Banjo-Kazooie, and one was playing Link to the Past. I was the only one playing Castlevania.
That's actually interesting.
But interestingly enough, the cool things about the randomizer I've noticed about Castlevania 64, 2 things. So, obviously you're wondering, well, if it's randomized, what do they do about the Mandragora Nitro? Simple. They get rid of the effect.
They did?
Yeah. So you can pick it up anywhere. So it's a random drop, and if you pick it up, it's not permadeath.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. No, because I looked on it, I saw like all the randomized settings, I saw the tweaks and stuff, and some of them were good, but I was like, they don't have the Mandragora, do they?
No, I was scared about that. I was like, please tell me that they didn't make that an item in the pool, because if that's the case, that's going to break the game.
Yeah,
because there's areas where you have to jump. That's going to break the game. So no, what they did was they just took away the effect, and it's just an item that you carry. So that's one thing.
Can you beat Castlevania 64 without jumping? Let's see.
Now, the other thing that they did, and I don't know if this was the case for just the randomizer, I'm pretty sure it is, but I noticed they give you a stage select for the randomizer. So if you're stuck at any stage, I'm glad they at least give you the option to use a stage select, but here's the problem with the stage select. Not only do you run into the same problem as before, where you need to have the right check, you need to have your keys, you need to have the right items to even move forward. So even if you decide to skip a stage, you might not even be able to beat the next stage that you skipped to because you still need the proper check. Now here's the other thing. Here's the other problem with that.
Here's the other problem, Doctor.
You don't have access to all the stages. You have to have checks to unlock those stages too. So for most of the stream, I was stuck in stage 2 because I didn't have any stages unlocked for the stage select, and I didn't have any keys. So yeah, that was a bummer. So even though I had the luxury of a stage select, not only did I need to have the proper checks for each stage to even move forward in those stages, I needed to have the stages unlocked for the stage select to even work. But I was going to say, the other thing that I don't know if it was original to the randomizer or if it was in the base game, when I made it to the final throne room, when I made it to the final staircase, and I attempted to open the door, okay? Yeah. I attempted to open the door, and it gave me a pop-up, and it said, it won't budge. The door won't open because it needs the power of the basement crystal. And I said, wait a minute, that's not possible. You can't get up here without activating the crystal because the crystal activates the elevator. You can't get up here. That's impossible. So how would you even get this prompt? How would you even get this message if you didn't activate the crystal? Because you can't get up here regardless.
How did you get up there,
I ran into that. So I'm wondering if that had to be a randomizer thing, because I'm like, why would they make that in the logic? Because you literally can't get there, and you can't backtrack either. Like in the base game, you can't backtrack all the way to the basement if you made it to the final throne room. You just can't do that. So yeah, no, that had to be a randomizer only thing. So.
I'm still curious. You did it on multiplayer. I really want to see what it's like on single player. Or again, we can do it together. I was really hoping that there was like my original plan was I actually wanted to do a race with you, and I was hoping there was like a way that you could like find like traps or something and fuck up the other one's progress, because I think that's something you can do. I'm not really sure. I thought us doing a race to like the finish, and if we activated traps that we could accidentally stumble upon and just screw up the other guy's progress. I thought that'd be really funny.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably not for the other guy, but yeah, I'm not sure if it works like that. I talked to them. They said it wasn't, but then again, I was really bad at explaining things, so. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you would win even if I did find traps, because again, you somehow beat the game without dying, even with the Mandragora. Or not the Mandragora, the Nitro. Even if they did find a way to make it so you don't die in the randomizer. Keeping track of who you do a stream with. I mean, there are a lot of people I'd like to do a stream with. We could do a stream story one day. It just depends on the games we would play. And no, I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You good, Darian?
Yeah.
Yeah, heart mix up.
Apropos of nothing, been playing quite a few indie games lately. Not something that I normally do, because I usually stick to AAA slop a lot. But let me tell you, this year is stacked. There has been some great indie games coming out this year. We got some of the ones that I've been playing have been Wizardom, which is basically like a fantasy Wolfenstein Doom clone. Really good. Absalom, which I'm sure you might have heard about, maybe. That one's been touted about a lot recently. That one is basically a roguelike beat 'em up. Kind of like a really stylized, cartoonish beat 'em up. Really good art style. It's really fun. And the other one is Ball X Pit. It's basically a roguelike breakout game, and it is super addictive.
I've never played Breakout before.
Breakout, you know, where you like move the slider at the bottom and you have to like move a ball up into the break the bricks at the top. No.
Well, that sounds familiar, but I don't think it was Breakout that I played. I think it was like a clone. Udadarian,
Okay.
Ink, Orc, missing anyone? Sorry, I said I'll stream with you someday. Don't worry.
But yeah, no, like, I feel like I've been slowly morphing this opinion that, like, I feel like this is the same for a lot of people, that just the gaming industry is really on track to crash soon with how many layoffs and how many developers and games are getting shut down these days, and with how expensive games are getting to make and how risky it is for games to flop. It's just, I feel like the gaming market is just not in a good state right now, and I really do feel like the indie scene, like indie games, are carrying the game industry right now. They're really consumer friendly. Like, they know how to make a fun game and they know how to make it affordable. Hollow Knight Silksong, which I haven't played Hollow Knight, one of the most anticipated games of the last decade, was $20.
Silksong?
Yeah.
Holy
Silksong,
shit.
$20.
Is it like a short game though?
Well, I don't know. I haven't played Hollow Knight. I mean, most indie games tend to be short, with the caveat that they're roguelikes, and the thing with roguelikes is that you die a lot. Like, you die over and over and over again, and then you get stronger as the game progresses. So it's like, that's the kind of like artificial difficulty of it to pad it out.
It's more like a Souls game. It's not roguelike. Roguelike is where you die, you go all the way back, and you gotta do everything all over again.
Which, yeah, there's tons of those these days.
Thankfully. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it.
Well, that's what I was saying. Absalom is like that. Ball Pit is like that. Yeah, but that's, I guess there's an appeal to that. It's like, oh, you die, but you get stronger. It's like, oh, you get to see you get stronger. My numbers are going up. Ooh, look, I could see myself getting better. But yeah, it is getting kind of tiring just seeing the same old repetitive, like, oh yeah, you're going to die. Like, you're never going to beat the game on your first run. You are going to reach a wall at some point where the game is just going to kick your ass and you can't do anything about it.
I'm sure there's a gamer out there that can do that. There have been plenty of insane gamers that, like... Maybe not, like, their first try when they first got the game, but there have been some show-offs that have been able to get through those games without dying once. Also looking at you with Castlevania 64. That's neither here nor there.
I'm sure there's games that you could play that you could beat without dying.
I mean, there's Ocarina of Time, but anybody can beat that game.
Yeah.
Same with Majora's Mask. I still gotta do that 3-heart no fairy challenge in Ocarina of Time.
I haven't even tried that yet, but I know that's probably going to be a bitch because of how many enemies there are in late game that can just one-shot you, like the Iron Knuckle.
But those guys are only around like a few times, though. I think the more you gotta watch out
but they're deadly. Those are
stealth foes.
Those are one-shot kills, though.
I don't know. I've been able to beat Ganon without taking any damage. I think the only damage I took was the falling rocks as we escaped. Starry, would you mind getting that, please? That bot there?
I talked about this before on a different stream, but There was a scene in Ocarina of Time, and you might know what it is, where you beat Ganon, the first phase, where you fight Ganondorf, and the cutscene plays where he's coughing up blood, and he reaches out his hand, and he says the player's name. When I was a kid, when I saw that scene, I thought that was Ganon trying to plead for help and trying to, like, feign friendship or something like that. Like, trying to, like... Maybe he was trying to turn a leaf for like a split second. Maybe he realized his wrongs and he's like trying to reach out for help, like Link. That's just what it looked like to me, because it's like his face, just the way he reached out his hand, like it didn't look like he was trying to get him there. He just looked like he was trying to like get help. I don't know. Kid stuff. Just gullible little kid optimism, little hopelessly optimistic Darian.
I honestly, I was already, I was way too pissed to really give a damn about if he, like, was asking for help, because I died way too many times when I first played the game. I was like, suck it. And then Ganon appeared, and I'm like, oh. And then I died a bunch more times to Ganon. Oh my gosh, the first level is long. I feel like I've been here for like an hour.
Here's a question. What do you think is the most difficult death fight in the series?
It would... Give me a minute to like think about it, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be the one in Lament of Innocence. Granted, it's the final boss, but when I first fought him, he kicked my fucking ass.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Super move, and his stupid minions wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. My dad, I remember when I first watched him play it, he did struggle quite a bit with that fight, like, because he kept going far away from him, and when you get too far away from him, he launches that unblockable projectile that you can only perfect block or dodge out of the way from.
That Tempest
it's not too
attack.
bad, but if you know how to time your moves, you can get past it. But my dad was just struggling immensely with it. But I asked because I was having this conversation a while ago with someone, and they said that in their opinion, they thought that the toughest death fight was the one in Portrait of Ruin. And not even the respective death fight. They're talking about the duo fight with Dracula and Death. I'm like, that's not even like in my top 5. I guess, because Death's in the fight, but I'm like, frankly, I thought the fight with Death was harder than that because he had the stupid chain moves.
I didn't really find that too hard, though. You just have to remember.
I didn't find that hard either, but I find it at least a little bit. Again, I'm not saying that it's hard. I'm saying it's like at least a little bit more difficult than the Dracula fight was because he had that chain move. Death doesn't have half of his moves in the Dracula fight. He just hovers above you and slashes down. But in my opinion, I would have to say that the toughest death fight would probably have to go to Castlevania 1.
With or without the holy water?
Yeah, because even to this day, I refuse to go into that fight without doing the holy water cheese because that fight fucking sucks.
I mean, I've done it before using only the whip. It sucks, but I literally like use a save point and I kept
like, if I'm gonna be honest, like it's like one of those things where you know the method, you know how to cheese it. Why wouldn't I do it? Well, it's either cheese him or get just wrecked. Just get shit on. Like, I don't want to get shit on.
Or get good. Well, nobody wants to get shit on.
But no, yeah, like, I feel like that's like one of the things, like, yeah, it's just, I would say an honorable mention would probably be, what's a really hard death fight? Probably, well, yeah, you know what? Probably Party of Sorrow, maybe?
What?
Again, that's a maybe.
I think I know he's a little harder, mostly because of the whole magic seal thing. And his second form is a pretty big challenge.
He is a little tough, but once you like, it's one of those things where you just, the more you get good at it, the more easy it is as it goes on. But
well, his
no,
giant
I would
skulls
say
are
that
fucking bullshit if you don't know how to avoid them.
well, yeah, the first time through it is bullshit, but I was like, okay, you just have to make sure you run away from them both, like when they get on screen, like it's not that bad. But
either high jump or like backdash away.
With Castlevania 1 though, yeah, no matter how many times I play that game, that fight is just bullshit. Those sickles that fly around the room are just bullshit.
It's like the room prior, you got too many things you have to focus on.
And see, I don't even care about that. One of these days I wanted to do like
well, no, you had to fight death, but you also had to focus on the damn sickles that he throws at you.
Well, I know that,
like up to 4 at a time, I think.
Yeah, it can be. I wanted to make like a video about this at one point, but I'm pretty sure someone already did. It was like that one you can beat the game guy, or like the ultimate guide where he does a bunch of like NES walkthroughs and whatnot. They're like an hour long.
Like the
where
one
he does like these really
with only the dagger.
I forget, but he does like all these like 1 hour long walkthroughs of like NES games and tell you how to beat them. And that's why I kind of held off on making the video, because I'm pretty sure he might have done it. But I've always wanted to make a sort of walkthrough for a specific part of that game, because I know people really hate it, and I feel like it's one of the most misunderstood and overestimated parts of the game, and it's really not that bad. It's the hallway right before death, the one with the Medusa heads and the knights. It is not that bad. And I've always wanted to make a video going over why it's not that bad, and it's probably really easy to get over if you just time everything right. Because if anybody, like, what comes to mind is that AVGN review where he does like he draws that whole grid on screen, and yeah, when you look at that grid pattern, it looks like bullshit. It's like, okay, how do you get past that?
I mean, I have got the timing down and stuff, but it's still fucking hard.
Well, look at it this way. At any given time, there's only going to be one Medusa head on screen, and then one knight. You only have 2 enemies to deal with. So really, all you need to do is whenever... Rule of thumb, I always tell this to people, when it comes to Medusa heads, in most Castlevania games, the Medusa heads spawn in such a way that when they spawn on screen, they are always going to line up with your whip. Always. So when it spawns on screen, all you have to do, you have 2 choices.
Not always.
You can either just jump over it, or you can wait and stop to whip it. And that's all you gotta do. When it comes on screen, just stop and whip it.
Whip it good.
And so with the Medusa head gone, all you gotta do
at the last second.
Well, you don't have to panic, because like I said, if you know how they function, if you see a Medusa head, just stop in your tracks and hit it. And then when it's time to move, you move up ahead, and then when you're faced with the knight, all you have to do is hit it 9 times.
If Medusa head comes at you, just get down and play dead. She can't see if you're playing dead.
But all you gotta do is just sit there and frame perfectly, time your whip so that way you can stun lock it and just hit it 9 times, and then just make sure that, and because you're already stuck in place, and this is why I think this isn't that big of a deal, is because like I said, if you're already stuck in place hitting the knight, the Medusa head is going to spawn. And remember, like I told you, if you're already staying still, you're going to hit the Medusa head anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. So yes, I do feel like that hallway in particular is always just kind of blown out of proportion and kind of just overestimated by a lot of people, especially because of that review, because that grid pattern, yeah, the grid pattern makes it look like bullshit, but it really is not.
But that he's basically made a diagram of how everything moves, and that kind of is right, though.
Yes, but it's not happening all at once, though. That's the problem. It doesn't all happen at one time.
It feels like it does.
You probably have to deal with,
though.
It looks like maybe if you had if there were 2 Medusa heads on screen, then maybe it would be bullshit. But at most, you're dealing with 1 Medusa head and 1 knight at any given time. And like I said, as soon as you make it to the knight, as long as you're pelting him with whip attacks, you're not going to have to worry about the Medusa head, because the Medusa head's going to line up with your whip anyway.
Oh, interesting.
What?
Yeah, no, artifacts. No, dang it. I keep forgetting it's it's the triangle to get out of there. Fix. Wait, what?
Miracle coin.
Looks like it should be placed in a something somewhere. Wait, what? I thought it...
Whatever the hell that means.
I thought it was something that I could equip.
It's not.
I am confused. Let's see the tips if they're already in here.
Well, I guess artifacts are just passives. Just passive items that you pick up.
I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. Sorry.
Can't to withstand lethal blows. Whatever the hell that is.
I know it's a reference to something, but I don't know what it is.
Reference to what?
The whatever voice that is.
Oh. That's me attempting to do Shake from Aqua Teen. It was from that weird that soundtrack that they did where it was like, I can't get enough of that bookworm resin or whatever the hell that is. If you enjoyed the last track, please enjoy the next one. Or skip it, your choice. We already got your money, so play. Use this damn thing as a coaster, I don't care. We got your money, bitch.
Oh wait, an artifacts formerly known as rare items menu. Okay, inside that, the first artifact on the list will be the one equipped. So I'm gonna list a miracle coin, which means the artifact being activated right now. Oh, that's so stupid, but okay. So I basically have to put it first up here, and then it's just equipped.
Huh?
I know, it's weird.
That is weird.
It should now be activated. Like I said,
I thought it would just be like I thought it would just be like a passive boost to the character. Like no matter what item you pick up, like the whole list of artifacts would just affect your character no matter what.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but it says you can only have one activated at a time.
That's kind of weird. All right.
Hey, he's a weirdie. Oh my gosh, did I go around a circle? I did, didn't I?
It's okay to walk around in circles, walk around in circles, walk around in circles.
Now when I'm doing a stream, and this thing can only do so much. I
don't feel bad. I had a really bad incident on this game when I did my playthrough of it on my channel. When I made it to the Anamis Machine Tower, so this, man, I've been waiting to talk about this. So the memorial tickets, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? I made it a decent chunk through the Anamis Machine Tower, beat the boss, made it a decent way through the next stage. And then as a way to I don't know, I was trying to backtrack or something. So right before Saint Germain, I was supposed to save.
But you couldn't find the
and then by saving, it would have registered the memorial ticket. However, when I was talking, when I went into the save room, I was currently on a tangent and I didn't realize that I didn't save. So I walked into the room, but I didn't actually save the game. So I made it past Saint Germain, made it quite a bit through the other stage, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use that memorial ticket real quick. And it sent me back all the way to the very end of Cordova town. I was pissed.
Oh boy. Oh,
I thought you
were gonna say that you registered it, you just didn't save, because isn't that a thing? You have to register it.
You have to save. You have to save first to register it.
But you can't. You can register. I just thought you meant you didn't choose to save. And
no, I didn't even use I don't even think I used the chair. I just walked in and just neglected to save.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, now I know. It's confusing.
But like, I had to do that whole goddamn stage over again. I'm like, dude, I was like, oh, you're joking. And I couldn't, like, I thought there was like a rewind feature and there wasn't. I was like, dude,
it's like, no,
come
we're
on,
not.
man.
We are not joking. Well, speaking of not saving, I got a story to tell now. And this was when I streamed the game the first time, and it was actually really embarrassing. I saved. Fuck life, I'm gonna die. I saved inside the cave right before true focus with access perform frame perfect parry to stop time and boost attack. Interesting. I saved at the cave before the boss. I think it was the Minotaur. And then after that you go to the clock tower, right?
I believe so.
I think it is, because I remember it was definitely a clock tower that happened in. So I saved the cave, I beat the boss, got all the way to like the tower, the clock tower. For some reason my dumbass didn't think to like go to any saves, especially after the boss fight, and I got stun locked by an enemy because getting stunned is apparently a thing in this game. And I freaking died, and I got sent all the way back there. I just wanted to kill myself. That was fucking embarrassing.
Can you believe we're still in the abandoned castle?
I mean, yeah, but... Well...
I mean, yeah, I guess to be fair, this game has thrown a bunch of curveballs at us, so I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say thank you for, you know, giving me a pat on the shoulder for my embarrassment. Nothing?
What?
Never mind. Alright, hopefully I'm going the right way. Hi, how's your guys' health plan?
Man, I tell you, when I'm drawing, I really find myself listening to a lot of the Vampire Survivors remixes of the Castlevania tracks, because they do such a bang-up job, which is crazy because usually with a lot of the remixes I hear, they're good, but they're not usually better than the original, especially when it comes to like Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness. Some of the Vampire Survivors remixes of like Lament of Innocence are honestly kind of better, which is kind of crazy to say because, for instance, the remix for Leon's theme, I think is actually better in Vampire Survivors, and that's crazy to say because I'm like, I don't know how they could top that song, but the remix in Vampire Survivors is just that fucking good.
I mean,
so
I
I
agree,
find
they're
myself
like really good, but better than the originals. I don't know. I know
because like
I
I
got the actual
listen to
soundtracks.
yeah no so do I own pretty much most of the soundtracks and I usually listen to them when I draw. But ever since the Vampire
Wait a
Survivors
minute.
remix has come out,
Wait a minute. How did you get Ode to Castlevania?
I didn't.
Oh,
What do you mean?
I
What
was
are you
gonna
talking
say I did, but I did it legally. I promise. I promise.
Wait, what? Wait, what are you talking about?
I don't know. But no, yeah, I've listened to all of them, and they're all really good. I'm really impressed that they.
I'm not now. They're
show a lot
not
of
all
love.
better. They're not all better. I think there's a few remixes that kind of fall short, but I do think like when it comes to the heavy hitters, like Art of Fire is probably the best one. Leon's theme is really good. Calling to Heaven is really good. The recent Castlevania 64 medley was phenomenal. That's
really
probably one of my
that.
favorites. Yeah.
The only Castlevania 64 song.
Like they did such a great job on that. Still pissed off that Malice isn't in the game. They put Actrice, but not Malice. That kind of irks me.
They didn't put anybody else. They just put her. I'm hoping
Yeah.
there's gonna be a new update, but
I think it's gonna be pushing at this point. Like I'm surprised they even gave us another like half characters, but it would be cool if they surprised us and be like, okay, here's a couple more for you whining motherfuckers.
well, they did say everybody.
They did, so it's like you got to kind of hold them to that. But they did clarify, and they were like, look, you know, there are some characters that are obviously missing, but we couldn't do it because of licensing restrictions, which I figured there was going to be some in some capacity. But it does make me wonder, like, if you had access to the Castlevania 64 characters, why not just add all of them then? Why are you only restricted to, like, a handful of them?
That's what I'm saying. Was Konami like, oh no, you don't have the rights to Malice, sorry.
Yeah, what was so special about Malice that they couldn't have him?
No idea. Or a caller wasn't actually a real character. You can't use him. But yeah, I feel like there are even other characters, not specifically from the N64 games, that might have been missing.
No, there's a bunch.
They that other maiden they didn't add from Rondo of Blood. They only added Terra.
Oh right, yeah.
And I'm wondering
that
if
was
it's because
also kind of a weird addition.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it is, I'm wondering if it's the whole Netflix thing now.
Yeah, because they didn't add the other chick.
Granted, I don't remember the other chick's name.
Neither do I. Like, I'm glad they didn't use the Netflix designs though. Like I said, I'm always thankful that they don't. I'm glad that they don't ever use the Netflix designs for any of these.
Even as like an extra skin, I'm glad they didn't. Or I would have made a mod myself to bring them back. I was actually gonna find like the reference. What is this? Weapon. Now I get the ability to combine weapons? Are you kidding me? What?
Okay, Marge.
This is just as bad as when they gave you the Giant's Mask, Majora's Mask, or the 3DS remake. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it was just so weird that they don't give it to you until like the second phase of the fight.
How come I couldn't combine weapons before now, Marge?
How the hell would I know, homie? This is the best I can do. Oh my gosh. I needed armor, like, not now, but right now. Oh my gosh, game, what the hell was wrong with you? Maybe it's because I'm playing on night mode, I don't know. Not night mode, swordsman mode. It's better not be on hard mode, I don't remember putting it on there. Also,
So I found, speaking of Vampire Survivors, with the new characters that came in, apparently there was a character that slipped under my radar and is actually a secret. You can't put in a code for this one. Dark Lord Soma is in the game, yeah.
I got him.
Yeah, because you got to play adventure mode, which I'm currently trying to do. But I was like, okay, so you can't.
And I
can't put in a code for that motherfucker. So with that, okay, so I need a kind of like a refresher for that one. What did you have to do in adventure mode? Like, it says beat it once, but like, what does that stipulate?
It's tedious, but you basically just have to complete the whole thing. You have to go to the is it the unlocks thing? It's basically like the check mark of everything you did.
Like, okay, that's what I was worried about, because I'm sitting here like, do I just need to get all the characters? Do I just need to visit all the stages? I was afraid that it was going to be the checkbox.
Oh, I think you do need to get all the characters.
Well, I would imagine that's going to be part of it, because that's how you have to unlock some of the weapons. So,
I mean, if you want, I can help you. It's really not that hard.
Well, you're not going to be able to, because I'm doing it on the PS5 version. So,
what's on the Steam version?
I already made. Well, I don't want to, because I haven't even started it on the Steam version. I already did most of my progress on the PS5 one. But I mean, I guess eventually I might eventually need to. But yeah, like, man, I want to put in a cheat code. Damn it. Let me cheat. You let me, like, they let me cheat for everybody else. Well, I mean, you know what? At least it gives people a reason to play the adventure mode, because if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have touched it. So they probably wanted to give some reason to play it.
Or maybe,
not just gonna
maybe I'm just
not gonna go through all that effort to make an adventure chapter for if people are just gonna put in cheat codes to unlock the rewards from it. So
I didn't even really know what adventure mode was, so I am glad I checked it out. But I guess I'm just too much of an old school Nintendo boy to like cheat and stuff.
I just want the characters that I pay for.
But
I think that's a fair perspective here, that, you know, I pay money for these characters. I would like to have them when I buy them.
Yeah, but you do get the codes to use, so technically you can, but I don't know, it just, if you had all the characters, then what would be the point of playing the game?
Like extra stuff? Just like getting the extra unions?
Yeah,
because
but you
it's
have
like
everything.
Not really. I haven't unlocked all the unions. And even depending on where you're at in the game, like as soon as you get the spell book, you don't even have to beat the full game before you get the spell book. You can get the spell book when you beat the Bone Zone and get past the Skelamari. When you beat the Skelamari, you have access to the spell book, and then you can get all the characters from there. So even after you have all the characters, you still have to beat the rest of the game. You have to find all the secret areas. You got to find all the relics. You got to find all the secret other characters that are there.
Where's the fairy
You got to get
at?
all the weapon.
Sorry.
You got to get all the weapon unions. Oh, now you're getting the golem. Okay. I mean, he's supposed to be here, so that's neat, I guess.
So are we not gonna meet Zed? They just like write him out?
What do you mean?
Zed, because we meet him after we get the fairy.
Not yet, you don't.
After you get the fairy, that's when you meet him.
Was it the fairy? It might have been.
Yeah. Because he explains he came there to purify that place.
Right. I just didn't remember it happening that quick. Yeah, I guess it was.
I know my Castlevania. What do you think we should name this guy?
I don't know, Magmar? He's an underrated Pokemon, why not?
I mean, I like him, but he's got a butt head, okay?
I mean, yeah, but he's Magmar. he's a volcano duck.
Well, until he gets his full
I feel like, I don't know if it's just me. I've always felt like I've always been a gen winner. I don't know anything else about the other gens, but I always feel like when it comes to like the last like quarter, like the like the final quarter of the Gen 1 Pokemon are very underrated. No one really talks about Hitmonlee. No one really talks about Magmar. No one really talks about fucking what's that one like ugly looking like beetle dude? That one
Pinsir.
Is it Pinsir?
Yeah, he's got like these barbed pincers on his head. Right?
Yeah, Pinsir. Yeah, it was Pinsir. Okay, yeah, Pinsir. Does he even have an evolution?
I don't know. That is
he does
a good
not.
question.
Yeah, see, that's what. Yeah, that's how I know they're underrated. He doesn't even have an evolution.
I thought Heracross
at least Magmar got an evolution.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks freaking
okay, oh
weird.
Yeah.
Same with Electabuzz.
What was another one? Wait, what was the other one?
No, I was saying same with Electabuzz.
Yeah, I was gonna say him too. Electabuzz. I was gonna say Scyther, but I mean I've seen people talk about Scyther before. He's probably one of the more popular ones compared to those. But yeah, no, fucking Hitmonlee, Pinsir. Yeah, just that last fraction of Gen 1 Pokemon I feel like are kind of underrated. What was that? Yeah, no, what was that? What's that one looking like muffin Pokemon? That one, like that bug muffin looking one?
Breloom?
With the little beady eyes?
Breloom from Hoenn?
Breloom?
Yeah, he evolved from... Oh my gosh, I am getting the shit kicked out of me by a giant cock. And I don't have any...
No, not Breloom. I'm thinking Gen 1.
And I just used
so he looked like a little crab, like a little tiny little mushroom crab.
What?
Little beady-eyed mushroom. Like he looked like
he's
like he looked like a trilobite.
Oh, Kabuto?
Is that it?
The squashed prune looking guy? That's what my sister always called it.
Okay. Oh, he evolves into Kabutops. Okay, so that's him. Yeah, that little fucker. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah, Kabutops is also underrated, I feel like. Both of them are.
I mean, at least he has an evolved form.
Yeah.
Unlike Pinsir. Sorry, Pinsir.
Yeah, Pinsir just doesn't get anything. I don't even think Electabuzz got anything either, did he? Yeah, you mentioned him already. Electabuzz.
No,
he does. He Electivire.
Yeah, his guy is kind of freaky looking. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so he had one. Fucking.
He had a pre-evolution and he had a final evolution. It just kind of looks weird.
Did Jinx get an evolution ever? Probably not, right? No, did she?
She got a pre-evolution.
Oh.
She got an evolution from the original. The original, she was black. Now she's purple.
Holy blue on a popo.
We Americans are so funny.
Let me look at the full Pokedex again, because I'm probably misremembering some stuff. Most of my recollection from Gen 1 comes from Pokemon Stadium.
Well, that's the funny thing. I remember everybody in Gen 1, but everyone else is kind of a blur. I know names, but I can't, like, aside from Gen 1, I can't, like, list everybody on that dex, like the Johto dex, the Hoenn dex. I wouldn't be able to do that. But Gen 1,
there is one. That's one I always forget. Aerodactyl. Did he evolve anything, did he?
No.
Aerodactyl.
I like him, though.
Oh. That's one that completely slipped under my radar, yeah. That...
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Does not have an evolution. God damn it. Alright. What's the other ones we see?
mean, there are plenty of Pokemon that people wish they had an evolution.
Oh, Kangaskhan. I forgot him too.
Kangaskhan? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kangaskhan evolution. I don't think he got one, did he? No, he does not. Yeah, just a bunch of those guys don't have one.
Hey,
wow.
I think they're all female.
Yeah, you're right, because she's got like a pocket pouch.
And a baby.
What's this one? Oh yeah, the little fucking the little bundle of strings. Tangela.
Tangela.
Tangela, your emphasis on different syllable are Tangela, Tangelos.
Why am I glowing? What happened? Turn it on. But yeah, he has an evolved form.
Okay, Tangrowth.
Tangrowth, yeah.
He looks like a abominable snowman. All right.
Spaghetti.
Big old, yeah. That's a weird looking one. All right. What's one more? Let me flip that list again.
Didn't Hector use a hammer? Yeah, maybe in the series. Yeah, he does use a hammer here. But he's like Alucard. He uses anything.
He has a whole arsenal of stuff you can use.
Except for guns.
He's a weapon master.
Except for guns and stuff. You can get a minigun.
Omastar. Oh, so he did get an. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay. Let's see, who was I thinking of? I was thinking of I think that might have been it for the. Yeah, I think that might have been it for the really quote unquote underrated ones.
Would Drowsy and Hypno count as underrated?
Who?
Drowsy and Hypno.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
I know, I like Drowsy, but Hypno's is kind of weird.
I've at least seen some fan art recently with Hypno and whatnot.
Well, yeah, because they're all the dark ones because of the whole creepypasta and how he supposedly
that's
kidnapped a
probably
kid.
why. That's probably why.
Okay, these guys aren't supposed to be here this early in the game, are they?
Okay, yeah, those are late game enemies. What the fuck?
Oh boy, I did not pick hard mode. What the hell is going on?
Oh yeah, speaking of Pokemon Stadium, that reminds me. I remember being pissed off when I found out later in life that Mewtwo was in the game.
Oh yeah, I think I fought him, but I lost, unfortunately.
I never fought him either because I didn't even know he was in the game because you have to beat all the courses. You have to get all the trophies, and I never did. And I didn't realize that Mewtwo was even in the game. So when I found that out, I was like, wait a minute, Mewtwo was in Stadium this entire time and I never even knew?
Well, it's funny because the copy that I have, a lot of the stuff was unlocked already, so I just had to unlock a few other trophies, and that was it. God. I haven't beaten the Trainer Castle, though. I got so far, and I lost close. To Blue.
Yep, I got really close, and I ended up losing. Yeah.
Well, it just sucks because, like, the rental Pokemon that you got is just complete bullshit. It like...
No, it is,
They want you to use the Pokemon from your Game Boy games, but I didn't have it back then. I didn't have a Game Boy. Also, I don't know why, but Orcs
what was your
really...
What was your favorite minigame from that?
What's that?
I said, what was your favorite minigame from Stadium?
Oh, are you talking about the like the Clefairy,
yeah, the mini games,
tongue game?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Ironically, probably the like a tongue one, mostly because I mean you're eating sushi. Yeah. It's funny.
It's chaotic. It's funny. Yeah.
The most bullshit one would have to be the Drowsy one. I've still never been able to figure that one out.
Yeah. I mean, I think the gist of it was that you're supposed to press A when the thing flashes in the middle.
But I've done
like a
that.
metronome.
It's horrible on
I don't know if it's because
mode.
like I don't know if it's just because like I don't know if it was just because of like input delay or like latency or whatever that kind of gets in the way when it gets faster and faster and faster. And even though it feels like you're timing it right, there might be like a millisecond of input delay that kind of fucks it up.
Yeah. Real quick. I literally just went around a circle. And
yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about right here. This is what pissed me off in my recent playthrough. I'm like, dude, really? It's just a circle. It's just a circle.
What's the point? There's no like special
yeah,
item.
nothing.
There's
it's
no,
just a wind.
There's no
it's
rare
just a winding
enemy.
path to be a winding path. Nothing special, no chest, no nothing. Just winding path, just because.
Oh my gosh.
I would say, yeah, I think, I want to say that my favorite minigame was, yeah, the Lickitung one, but I would say
It's like
honorable
the most
mention would probably...
iconic to me.
Yeah, honorable mention would probably go to... I want to say I would like to say the Eakins one, where you, like, toss them on the
Diglets, I think? Yeah, I remember
the
that
Diglets,
one.
yeah, where you throw them on the Diglets.
That was
I
fucking
like
hard.
the minigame. Yes, I like the minigame in concept, but it was a bitch because of the fucking Nintendo 64's joystick sensitivity and how much it sucked.
And he killed my guy. Shit. Alright, Darian, you're up. Kill that thing. Somehow they made the Fleamen even more annoying in this game.
Evita! Evita!
What?
I was like mimicking the yelling from the minigame where you're the Lickitung minigame where you got the yelling in the background.
The
You go,
Japanese
he
yelling.
goes Evita! Or whatever the hell he's saying.
Pretty sure it was
Evita!
Japanese. I'll find a translation one of these days. Also, don't these guys look familiar? Like a certain Star Wars character. 35? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, this feels like we're playing a randomizer.
I'm not playing a randomizer though.
This might as well be a randomizer with how much bullshit's going on.
Whoa! What happened?
You know, it
Oh,
sucks
I
because
survived a
from my perspective, I can't tell how low on health you are because
Oh, I am
from
very
my
low.
screen, it's perpetually showing you at 0 health at all times, so I can't tell if you're fucked or not.
I basically
Yeah, let's just
am
get out of here.
fucked.
We're just gonna Usopp dash out of here.
Aegis statue.
Aegis statue.
Heals HP and MP as the wielder perfect guards.
Well, that's handy.
Okay, not right now it isn't. I need fucking health, man.
Then perfect guard. We're gonna start playing Dark Souls up in here. You got a perfect guard.
Dude, I'm not good at perfect carding.
We gotta start parrying now.
Gosh.
I have a very weird history with Pokemon. Like I mentioned already that most of my experience comes with the Pokemon Stadium, but I've never really got a chance to really sit down and play a full-form Pokemon game. Huh?
Oh my gosh, you're dead. Fuck me.
Ripper. Just keep running. Just keep running.
Oh, there's a potion over there too.
I'm about to say, why just grab that?
I can't, dude. When I got a bunch of Fleamen on my ass.
I mean, I feel like now you can go grab it.
No.
Oh yeah, no, don't do it. No.
No.
Do you not have? Oh, I mean, do you have the dodge roll?
I do.
I mean, yeah, you could. You could. How much health do you have? I can't tell.
I only have 1 health.
Oh well.
And I am really scared to go any further. and everybody is dead. Oh my gosh.
Well, I better hope you find the nearest save point somewhere, or I don't know how far you're gonna get set back.
I am trying. Oh my gosh.
You can't run away from everything.
Yes, oh, you think I can't, huh? Let's see about that.
What's up, dash?
I will gladly run for my problems.
I guess we're just gonna be Usopp dashing until we get to a save point.
Dude, what else am I gonna do? I'm not good at perfect guards.
Oh, now you have no choice. Now you have no choice.
That just leads back there.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, I freaking hate
way.
this. Okay, so there's like another area that I can get to at least. Just get there without... This way, this way. Oh my gosh.
Surely there's gotta be a save point right here. Oh, this might be the... Yeah, here we go.
Yay! Please, heal me.
It can't be. That's impossible. She can't be alive.
Have you seen my ex-wife? She was just here. I have some bad news and a snack for you.
Sadly, can't have subtitles on.
My name is Hector. What are you doing in a place like this?
I could ask you this.
What are you doing out here with all that?
I am searching for someone. A man bearing the same crest I'm wearing.
And this man, is he your enemy or your friend?
I mean,
You sound as if you know him.
why would you go
Quite so. Now
go
answer me.
fight him with that
your
on? You're
friend or
basically a big
foe?
old target if you
my
do
most
run into
bitter
a
enemy.
Belmont. Spoilers alert.
I see. In that case,
That is kind of
I
funny
shall help you.
with Hector's current motive right now. If he's trying to, like, abandon his past as a Devil Forge master, why the fuck is he still wearing that
What
crest?
reason should I trust you?
Exactly.
Your
You-
enemy is
Just
my
take it
enemy.
off. You still got all the other clothes underneath. Just take off the
If you are
crest.
Devil Forge master,
I mean,
you'll
it's
need a
probably
place to keep
armor,
your
but
good friend safe.
I don't know.
Still,
Rest
like,
assured,
he's
you have no
capable.
reason to refuse my
You can find other armor.
You seem
Not
quite
right now. I'm
knowledgeable.
not capable.
Who are you exactly?
A witch. I escaped from the western lands where we were hunted.
Witch
burned.
burner.
I have the power to envision the future.
How interesting. And your name?
Julia. My
Tell me,
house
and I
is
hate
further
having
on.
to ask because
I shall prepare
I know
an
I'm the
elixir that may be of use to you.
Castlevania man,
Farewell.
but
For now.
was Lisa killed for being a witch, or was she killed for having an affair with Dracula, or I don't know. I think that's always been like
So-
kind of ambiguous.
It's left ambiguous in the sense that we don't know exactly why she was executed, but it's fair to say that she was executed because of the witch trials that were taking place at the time. Because when the game takes place was roughly when, you know, women were being persecuted for witchcraft. And it's fair to assume that that's what happened with her. Again, and the big difference here, though, I
Sorry,
got into
the
an
Netflix series doesn't count.
I got into an argument about this with someone a while ago because, you know, there needs to be a big distinction here, because yes, even though she was technically executed for, you know, being a witch or whatnot, again, the big difference is that in Netflix, they would have you believe that it was the church that did that it was the church that executed her, and that religion is to blame for it. But in the games, it's just the people that did it. The people who had a hive mind mentality, who just hated women, who were just superstitious about women being smart or being witches, just burned them. It wasn't even really a religious thing. It was just stupid hive mind
Yeah.
mentality of the time.
Because that's what got Dracula hating humans in the first place. Otherwise, he could have just
You're
gone
right.
after the fucking church and wiped them all out.
which is why, like, if it was a religion thing, it would just kind of be redundant because we already had that happen. We already had Dracula's whole fallout with his faith already. That's what Lament of Innocence was about, was him abandoning his faith.
Well, yeah,
and
but
then he hates humanity.
None of like the Christians.
I know that didn't happen in the show. We didn't see it.
No, I mean they didn't. He was pissed at God because, like, some people saying, "Oh, why did you let somebody suffer? Why did you let them die?" Go on about that, but yeah, I was gonna say, well, yes, I don't like Magician's Helm. Ooh. Well, I don't like that. I know they're basically taking a stab at like Christianity and stuff, but at the same time, it basically was the Catholics that kind of, you know, carried out like the witch hunts.
Right,
so
and that's the thing though. That's the problem though, and people keep doing this fallacy of like trying to equate it to real life, but that's the problem. You can't be doing that. Castlevania is not accurate to real life. It's not. And when we're talking about Castlevania and when it comes to religious representation, Castlevania, at least when it comes to the games, has always been respectful to the church. Always. I would say there's only been a handful, like maybe a couple times where the church has been like maybe morally gray. And that was in Lament of Innocence, where they were like, no, we need to focus on the Crusades and not the monsters.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, and that was really it. They're like, no, we're busy with the Crusades. Who cares about the monsters? You have a job to do. But that's really it. There's not really a point in the series where you're like, oh yeah, the church is evil. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. Castlevania, the series where God is evil and religion is bad. Where literally every protagonist, every Castlevania game in the series is just bloated with holy imagery at all times. Yeah. No, so I never liked that about the Netflix show, about how they try to paint the church. Even if they want to say that it's historically accurate for the time about the church doing corrupt shit, it's not accurate to Castlevania, though.
Yeah. Shit, I was gonna say something, but I lost freaking... Damn it. Yeah, about the Pope. He freaking... The real Pope freaking, took Sypha in, and he even had somebody go out and look for Belmont.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is that, yeah, in Castlevania 3, it's already stated that the church is the one that hired him. Be like, hey, Belmont, we need you to come help us. Even when society feared them, the church was like, nah, we need the Belmonts to do this. And again, yeah, Sypha worked for the church, but because she was a woman, because of the hive mind mentality of the time, even though the church hired her, it's because of how people, the general public, viewed women at the time. Because of like, oh, witchcraft, women, we can't have women doing witchcraft or doing smart stuff because we're gonna burn them.
Well, you make it sound like they went after all women, though.
But that's what the witch trials were about. At the time, at least, with how the witch trials were, because like, oh yeah, women.
But they didn't go after every single woman, did they?
No, not everybody. But no, not everybody. But it was the fact of like, if a woman was doing something that was like viewed as like, kind of like, not normal. If a woman was succeeding at something, like if a woman did something better than a man, or if a woman was excelling at something that they normally wouldn't do, they'd be like, nah, that's not normal. How did you do that?
You cook better than me.
Something's off here. You must be a witch. Yeah. They didn't just go after every woman, because that would just be straight up fucking, that would be, yeah, no, that'd be fucked up. But no, I mean, it was still fucked up. It was just, no, they were just very superstitious. They had their fucked up beliefs about witchcraft, about like what constituted witchcraft, and they kind of just, and I mean, there might be, I'm sure there were just bleeding biased bullshit going on, where they're like, oh, we don't need a reason, I just hate you, I'm just gonna accuse you of being a witch just because I hate your guts.
People are stupid.
Yeah. But no, I don't even think it's specified how Elizabetha died either. It just says that she died suddenly when he was on a campaign. I don't know if it was like a
Yeah.
sickness or if she was killed in combat or if she was like murdered or if it was just an unexpected death. They don't specify
It
that.
might have been like unexpected or something, because otherwise he would probably go after the person that did it.
Yeah.
Instead,
Because he mostly blames God for it. He's just like, oh, how could you let her die? It's like, yeah, so.
Like a lot of people on X would say. Ooh, bamboo.
Give us the deck brush. Dung.
Oh yeah, I forgot what it's called. No. Yeah, there's that. There's Bastard Sword. Knuckle armor. Fuse my soft armor with Jack Black and make iron armor. Or hard leather armor, I guess. I thought I got other relics too, didn't I? This happens every time when I just space out. Charge is a skill exclusive to the spear type weapon that allows Hector to temporarily raise his attack. By holding down the guard button, Hector will start charging up. Quickly attack with a spear or the charge will fade away. The skill is available once Hector reaches at least 30 attack. Oh. Wait. What? Dang it. I'm not 30 attack.
Well, I appreciate how this enhanced version is taking more utilization of the RPG stuff, like the stats and whatnot. It's actually utilizing the stats a lot more. So it's like, oh yeah, when you reach 30 attack, or when you reach this much MP, or this much this and that. Because I had this problem with Lament of Innocence too, where it's like they have these like pseudo RPG mechanics, but it doesn't really feel like they do anything with it. Like you have the stat meter on the left side of the screen, and it's like, okay, what does all this mean? And half of it isn't even relevant for the rest of the game. Like what is all this shit?
Oh,
like
yeah,
half this
yeah.
stuff doesn't even matter for the vanilla game.
Yeah, I've always wondered that too, because when I saw like all the stats and everything, I was so confused because all the fighting that I did and I wasn't leveling up, and I was like, what is going on? And I literally had to look it up and find out the horrific truth, because I played that right after Curse of Darkness. And it, again, like you said, it had those stats, so it's like, what?
That is Lament of Innocence definitely has it the weirdest, because it does have like a stat menu like a traditional RPG does, but you don't level up. Oh, I'm sorry, you level up, but when you level up, it just gives you combo extenders or new moves. It doesn't give you stat improvements. It just gives you new abilities and shit. You don't level up in a traditional sense. The only way to increase your stats in that game is to equip items and accessories. And it just felt really weird. It's like, why even have the stat meter at all?
You can get the health ups and stuff.
Yeah. Hell, I didn't find out until like years ago. For the longest time, I didn't even know that there were critical hits in that game, because you can only get critical hits because there's an item that drops called the Assassin Necklace that enables you to get critical hits. I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, what?
Well, yeah. That was a problem that I had too. There were, I thought I had that on. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What? I am so confused.
This whole place is a giant mindfuck.
Okay, but yeah, because Ronaldo was going on about like all these relics that you can find, Meanwhile, I think when I got done with the game, I only had like maybe 3 of them, including the one that he gave me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are they?
I
didn't even get the elemental whips either.
No, I got the whips, but yeah,
Lucky
the relics
you.
was something that for a while, the relics was something that I struggled to find for a while because you have to go out of your way to find those. Like they're in secret areas. A lot of them are enemy drops. That's the problem. It's like they make it sound like relics are going to be some like big mechanic in the game when really you only really have access to the Varrogue statue and like the 2 chest pieces that you can buy from him. The other ones you have to go out of your way to find.
Yeah. Well, I've never found the whips because the elementals were such secret places. I think one of them you had to get like the sprint relic to find it, and I never found that either. So
No, you can get no, you can get all 3 of them just fine without having to get any relics.
3 of them? I thought there was 4 of them.
No, 3. The fire, ice, and thunder.
I could have sworn you had to use the wolf speed or whatever it is.
You do, but it's not for a whip. That's for another one of those relics, or another one of those. I forget what item you get from it, but yeah, it's another one of those doorways that you just need to use the wolf shoes for. But it's not for the elemental whip. Like the fire whip is pretty. I think that the fire whip is probably one of the easiest ones to find because it's just like it's in that one like elevator looking room, the weird gondola room. And you just have to make sure you're looking off to the side. And there's like those golden poles that you have to whip onto. The thunder one is probably the hardest one to get to because yeah, you have to go out of your way to find that one.
Yeah, I mean, I eventually found everything. Also, I was just gonna say that the whole whip snapping thing on those poles, I don't know. That was always so silly to me. I literally thought he was just gonna swing around like Simon, but no, he pulls something off like that, which there's no way you could do in real life.
Yeah, no, that completely just goes against the laws of physics. Like he somehow like propels himself upward by striking the whip against the pole. Like that's not how that works.
It's like how did they come up with that? I'm trying to...
So wait, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find a way to get my Aegis statue to appear on that, but I don't know how to. I'm looking at the thing here, but it's not really telling me how to do it. Because that's the problem. The game doesn't have like any of the tips or anything corresponding to the mod on here. It's basically just like random button presses. Because the whole thing, they're using like a cheat engine to like mess around with the game.
What the fuck?
What?
Since when did we have Aurora Borealis today? What?
Wait,
I'm seeing posts. I'm seeing posts from like my local like group or whatever, and I guess in my area, like because in Washington, I live in Washington. I guess somebody posted pictures from Aurora Borealis a few hours ago. Since when?
Aurora Borealis. In the middle
At this
of the day.
time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Seriously, what the fuck?
Can I see?
I didn't hear nothing about this. I didn't hear nothing about no Aurora Borealis.
I didn't hear about it either, and it's probably over there where you are, which makes you lucky.
Well, apparently, now I'm tempted to... Hold on, you know what? I'm tempted to go outside right now and see what's out there.
Alright, I'm gonna be trying to figure this one out. Oh my gosh. Hold R1, press circle to activate. Magical accessory. I'm trying, but it's not working. And I don't know why it's like got no image there. I'm guessing that the thing there made for resisting attacks. It's not a relic though, is it? Special statue that heals HP and MP as the... I am so confused. Why do they not have images in them? It's like the speed ring is the only one that has it. I guess that's not a relic then. Let me.
Damn. No Aurora Borealis.
Aw.
I'm not too upset about it. We had it last year, and I got to see it.
What can I do for you? What do you need?
Wait, so how did you hear about it?
Well, last year it was announced. It was like thoroughly announced that it was going to happen, so we had time to prepare for it, and we got to see it. But I didn't hear nothing about it happening today.
Interesting.
Will that be all? Please come again.
Also, I can't figure out how to get relics to work, so fuck it, we're moving on. We're moving on. Moving out. You still with us, Story? Whee! Oh. Oh, now I can use thievery. Gimme. Man, I like the stealing mechanic, but it is really hard to pull off sometimes. Improvise. What do you mean improvise? Improvise what? Improvise these nuts? Makes no sense. Oh. We'll take that. I always wondered why there was an attack counter on there, because I think it made more sense in Devil May Cry than it does here.
Yeah.
It's not like you get any bonuses or anything from it, I don't think.
Yeah, I know. Like, the PS2 games feel like a weird hodgepodge of like taking elements from like different hack and slash games and RPGs and kind of just...
You want a weird hodgepodge? You got one right here.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay. Come on, come on, use it.
I recently found out a secret on this cannon here too. Apparently there's a breakable wall you can break I didn't know about.
To your left.
Oh, no, I'll find it. Oh,
or maybe the right, I forget.
Who the fuck has hit me? Oh. Wait, how am I gonna get it now?
What the fuck? Oh, okay.
What? I am so fucking confused.
Well, I guess now we're not gonna get that secret. Alright.
What?
Unless you maybe, like, reload the room, I guess. All these death rippers.
You guys aren't even supposed to be here. Ouch. Yep. Oh. I think they made the stealing a little easier in this game. Or in with the mod. Nice. Maybe if I go back, the gun will be there. You are motherfucking lucky that I can't throw shit. Yeah. Sorry, you can't throw shit while my human self is streaming. Sure, there was like a... Yay, it's back.
Okay, so the breakable wall should either be your left or right.
We shall see. Come on, get on there. Does this count as a seat?
I think so. I think anything you can sit in counts as a chair.
I love Ega and his randomness. You sure there's a
It should be
wall?
like an obvious.
Maybe
Maybe
there's
that
like
wall right there?
another.
To your right, near the castle, that boulder thing right there to the left. Maybe this is maybe it's a different cannon. I'm thinking of that right.
I was wondering maybe there's like a different section. It's just like this.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably a different cannon.
Yeah. I'll go hide in my ninja form. What? Okay, Story. Good frickin' lord. I'm probably gonna have to look back and see what the swords mode really is, because, man, I get my ass kicked at every turn. It's like sheer luck that I'm not dead yet. Alright, asshole, it's just you and me.
It's down to you and me, you one-eyed freak.
No, I'll take... Dang it. Wait, why did I glow red? Come on. Come on. Yeah, I heard Duke Nukem was fun. I just never really got into the whole Doom stuff. Which is a huge shame.
Well, you got ample opportunity to, since they're pretty much available everywhere now.
Well, I know, but I played a little bit of Doom and it's interesting, but I don't know if it's just my kind of game. I wonder if maybe the 3D games are a little better. I hear they're really fun, especially the newest one. I do love that one Doom theme though. What was it? Knee Deep in Death or something? Or no, at Doom's Gate. That's iconic.
What the track?
Yeah. At Doomsgate, the song.
Yeah, that's what I mean, the track. Yeah.
Apparently they're gonna make a 3DO game, and the 3DO version of that song freaking rips. In a good way, obviously.
Well, apparently there's gonna have cutscenes in it too. There's gonna have like cutscenes with props and like people in costumes and shit.
We all know what happened to that thing. Oh wait, no I don't, because I didn't know anything about it as a kid. Oh my gosh, giant cocks. Ow. Damn, I gotta keep these cocks away from you. This game is supposed to have a day and night mechanic too, but I'm not really noticing much. Obviously without the whole horrible curse thing, thankfully. Are you going to be around tomorrow, Starry? Hopefully. Shit, it's almost 11. I feel like dang it! I was gonna say, I feel like I really didn't do much. So if I was playing the original game, then I would have been
Yeah, I feel like right now we're just kind of yeah, well I mean you're making progress, but right now it just kind of feels like we're kind of like having to figure out what the hell we're doing with these new mechanics at the same time.
That plus I'm getting my ass handed to me at every turn. These guys are
trying to
here.
Oh my gosh. Not only are we trying to figure out these new mechanics, but you're also like getting fucked over by these like basically borderline randomizer bullshit going on.
First, turn that off. Whoa, gimme, ooh, hold me in space. Ah! Also, I keep thinking the power attack's the triangle button.
Yeah.
So I think it's a different game that does that.
Well, a lot of hack and slash games usually do that. God of War.
I think it was because I was playing Hyrule Warriors. Oh. Piercing Mine after the rapier. The rapier launcher. What is the rapier launcher? Press circle to summon countless needles that pierce through the enemy. Piercing extension after the third finisher. Press square to quickly swing the rapier again. Did I do it right? Oh. You're evolving!
Why didn't you evolve me, you asshole?
Well, that's not good though, because I need the I need Isaac's weapon in order to like make you the ultimate dude. Yeah. Oh man. Oh wait, no. Oh. Oh, maybe it stops here. Yeah, maybe I can't level you up any further. Well, that... Oh my gosh, you guys are annoying. I forgot how to do the thing. No, not that. There we go. Well, I mean, I don't need it anymore, so... M circle scissors.
Circle scissors.
Nice. Ah, fucking hell, dude. No. I forgot how to do it. How do you... What? How do you do the circle scissors? Oh. That. There we go. I don't know why it takes HP for them to use their stuff, though. I want to know how to do the thing. Wait. I could just look. Because the mod also has like this little page that tells you how to do the moves as soon as you get them. Let's see. Rapiers. Piercing extension. Circle after the third finisher follows up with. Wait, what? Summons powered up spikes. During rapier launcher. What's the rapier launcher? I didn't realize these had these moves had names. Oh, interesting. I like that. Alright, what do we got? Transformation becomes stronger with the TP bar. Is full by pressing.
When the TP bar is full, so you can transform when the TP bar is full, so you can become Cornholio.
Really, dude? No, this basically like makes you stronger, faster, stronger. L3 and R3, or if HP reaches 0. What? Ooh. Oh, interesting. By my stats, I guess it doesn't really show anything. Can I turn? Oh, well, like Cornell's thing, you can't turn it off.
Yay!
Oh wow, it's refilling a lot though. Well, that's nice. Let's give it a spin. Oh, what? Does it have to be full? Alright, I guess it has to be full. Yeah, one of my gripes is how unnecessary it was to make it that you can't just turn the wolf form off in Legacy of Darkness.
Yep, that's why I barely used it.
I mean, it's really good, especially for the final Dracula fight. Where the fuck did you go? You were just like, I'm out of here. Oh my gosh. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's I mean, it makes it really powerful, and it feels like it's kind of mandatory, especially against Ortega. I just wish there was some kind of way to like turn it off or something, because I think the games were gonna have like a magic bar mechanic, like Symphony of the Night and the other games. And if I ever do get the remake going, then I would really like to add that back somehow.
Yeah, see, the music is so good it makes you forget how long and winding these hallways are.
I mean, I always love Michiru stuff. Oh, you freaking ghosts. Also, I don't seem to be picking up any hearts to heal you. They're mainly hearts to recover my MP. Let's wait, what?
Would you say that would you say that this is Michiru Yamane's magnum opus? Like as an overall soundtrack, like do you think this is her best work?
Some tracks, not all of them. Maybe I'm biased or something, but I honestly prefer the Symphony of the Night soundtrack because there's a lot of recognizable tracks in there. Why am I glowing? Seriously, what the fuck am I glowing? Game, you're not freaking giving me... Oh, it's because I activated the synergy thing. Whoops.
I personally think that this is her magnum opus. I don't know, just I feel like yeah, Symphony of the Night does have a lot of recognizable and iconic tracks, but I don't know, something about with Symphony of the Night soundtrack, I don't know what it is. It's like I can't really... Something about that soundtrack, it just feels a little bit too varied.
I mean, when you get to the final toccata, then yeah, I can understand how it would get a little annoying, but
like I'm especially talking about like I forget what the name of the track is called, but like when you get to the Coliseum area where it just sounds like jazz music. But it sounds like it sounds like pumpy jazz music. I'm like, I don't know if I like that.
No, you know what sounds like pumpy jazz music? That one version of Beginning, which isn't bad, but that really doesn't sound like it fits in. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about.
With Curse of Darkness, though, I find that like it's a very good like. I think most, because here's the thing, I think with when they were developing this game, when she did the music for this, I think she was making the music in mind for how big and sprawling these areas were and how much exploration you had to do. And a lot of these tracks feel very they feel very adventurous. They feel very like open. They feel very wondrous. They don't feel they don't always feel like they're super energetic, or they don't always feel like they're hyping you up. Sometimes they just feel like, you know, you could vibe to them, and they're really good for like, and maybe this is just for me specifically because I draw a lot. It's really good for drawing. I feel like Curse of Darkness's soundtrack is a really good vibe, like a really good vibing soundtrack just for drawing and just kind of like zoning out to. But that's just for me specifically. I feel like it's really good for just drawing stuff too.
Everything she makes is something you can vibe to.
Oh, I know it is, but I'm just saying, like, as a whole,
because all of her songs she made there is freaking awesome.
I know, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that as a whole, like when I say as an overall soundtrack, like I'll give you an example. Like if I were to put on Symphony of the Night soundtrack, if I'm drawing, there's probably going to be a few tracks that I'd rather skip because I don't feel like listening to, like the jazz one I was talking about, like the jazz one. Like the I don't know about that. It's just a little bit too funky for me, man. That one.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to get into the mood, because I know you want to hear certain songs that puts you in the mood.
But that's why I said, like, Curse of Darkness. Most of Curse of Darkness's tracks tend to have the same consistency of, like, tone, where most of them aren't too overbearing and a lot of them aren't too energetic, where a lot of them just kind of have that kind of just open, adventurous vibe to them, where they have, like, there's a consistency to it. And not saying that she's not consistent, that's a bad thing. It's just that when it comes to this specific game and with how it's structured with just the overall tone of each track, I don't know. It's a very specific thing that I feel like it's just really it's just a subjective to me because of how I look at it. But
that's the thing though, because I think when she was composing the music, she had it in mind that, oh fuck, it's a chest I can't open. She had it in her mind that there's like a huge difference between 2D and 3D. I feel like with 2D you can kind of make anything, but with 3D you kind of, I don't know, you just have to like have something a little more.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
And I feel like she's trying to be.
Sorry.
And because of that, I feel like there was some like level of ambition that she put into these, because I can definitely hear it. Like if you like listen to, like there's a bunch of tracks in here that just have such epic qualities to them. Like I think some of my favorite tracks in here are both of, like, I think it's Morphia Aqueduct is one of my favorite ones. Oh
yeah.
And Amos Machine Tower for sure. Garibaldi Temple.
And the Blood-Soaked Toccata, that's like my favorite Dracula battle music. What are these guys doing here?
Yeah, like. But I was gonna segue into something, because speaking of this soundtrack, though, I remember reading an article or an excerpt from somewhere where I guess Mishru, she was like, well, she says that for most of her work, for most of her soundtracks, she says that she doesn't like to use guitars for her music. And I find that just hilariously ironic, because for Curse of Darkness, guitars are everywhere. Like, this soundtrack has so much heavy metal shit going on in it.
Well, she wasn't involved, though, was she? In making some of the tracks?
She was. Yeah.
I was about to say,
I just find it funny because
you have guitar work in the Clock Tower in Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, but she just says that she doesn't like having to use it when she does. She just says she tends to stay away from it, which is fine. I don't expect her to stay away from it, like, permanently, just to stay cold turkey from it. But, like, I just find it funny how she's like, oh, I don't like using guitars. But Curse of Darkness is very guitar-centric with a lot of its tracks.
Maybe like some of the boss themes, but when I'm thinking about it, I don't really hear like electric guitar like in the first area, which is one of my favorite tracks in the game.
Well, yeah, the first area definitely had guitar in it.
Electric guitar?
Yeah.
I'd have to listen back on it because it was mostly like pianos and stuff, which is my favorite. Oh boy, am I ready for this.
It's mostly like the droning where you hear like the do that stuff.
Oh, okay.
That part. It's not like super like heavy metal guitar twanging or anything like that. It's just the droning.
Well, yeah, but they take like a backseat in the song. She's not talking about that, is she?
No, I think she just more or less meant like, I think she meant like rock, like this boss music that we're about to hear right now. Because no, yeah, it's very prevalent in the boss tracks, like very much so.
And this isn't even my favorite boss track either. I mean, I like
Yeah,
it.
no. My favorite boss track from this game has got to be Young Nobleman of Madness for sure.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's good, but I was referring to the secondary boss fight music. It's always the secondary boss fight musics that I like a lot better. Like in Dawn of Sorrow, I fucking love the fuck, what was it called?
Into the Dark Knight.
Yeah, I fucking love that, man.
Yeah.
Lord of Ecclesia, I think Portrait of Ruin, I like the first boss music, the one where you fight Dolahan first. The other one just sounds weird. It's basically the shitting your pants song. If you know what that is. Basically the boss music from okay, bye. Oh my gosh. You're glitching the dragon out. What is... okay. Wow, look at you go. Can you help, little buddy? Oh, fuck. Oh.
I guess that's the way I had to describe it. Like I was trying to look for the word. I guess the way I would have to describe Curse of Darkness' soundtrack is that it's very grandiose. It's Symphony of the Night's great. In fact, a lot of her work is great. But the way I look at all those tracks is that I would describe them as tunes. They're little tunes that you can vibe to, and they only last for like a minute or so. But a lot of these tracks are very like grandiose, and they go on for quite a bit.
I don't know. There are a lot of songs that can get stuck in your head. Did Michiru do the extra songs from the Saturn version? Oh man,
That I don't know about. That I'm not sure
get
about.
The shortcake.
I don't have much knowledge about the Saturn version of Symphony of the Night because I haven't really bothered researching too much about Symphony of the Night because I think it's already oversaturated. I try to stay away from it as much as I can.
I mean, it's pretty good. I freaking love the music. Ironically, the first song that I ever heard from Symphony of the Night was that one beginning remix, and I didn't even know it was from Symphony of the Night, which technically it wasn't really from Symphony of the Night, it was just from a port. But I freaking love that one version of beginning. Garibaldi. Oh, ow.
I remember when I first played Symphony of the Night. Oh god, it was my history with Symphony of the Night was kind of funny because for years and years I didn't even know what it was.
I didn't either.
I didn't play Symphony of the Night until I was surprised by it when... So, two things. When I first got my PSP back in 2011, my parents got it with Dracula X Chronicles, okay? But when they got me the game, I didn't get the game in the original box art. I got it in one of those cheap GameStop cases that had the white text over it.
The Dawn of Sorrow one.
I was like, okay, cool. I got
the game box within the game box.
And I didn't even get that. I just had the cartridge for that. But with Dracula X Chronicles, I just got the generic GameStop case. So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because when I was playing Dracula X Chronicles and I was trying to unlock all the stuff, I was breaking the candles, getting the secret stuff, and I unlocked something. I unlocked Symphony of the Night, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, what is that? I was like, isn't that one of the games? So I go into the main menu and I look, I'm like, okay, surely that has to be a demo, right? Because surely they wouldn't package an entire game in here within a game, right? Lo and behold, they did. And I was like, wait a minute, they gave me an entire Castlevania game within a Castlevania game, and I never got to play this one. So I was surprised because now that I do, yeah, because now that I've been collecting, the games now that I have the original box art, I've noticed that if I did have the original box art, they do tell you on the back of the game's case that, oh, by the way, this game comes, the game comes packaged with Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, but I didn't know that. I had to find that out the hard way.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I was literally gonna say, actually the box tells you, but then I forgot.
Yeah, but I didn't have that luxury. I had to find out just by playing the game. But I was like, oh, no, this has to be a demo, right? Because normally that's what they do. Games would just put like a little demo for you to play. But no, they put the whole fucking game in there. I was like, oh, this is dope.
I mean, why would they give you a Ooh, Saint Germain, the real Saint Germain. Well, in a minute.
Well, because that's what most games did. Like, especially back then, it was really commonplace for games just to put a demo. But yeah, but you get what I mean, though. Like, it wasn't really common for games to put an entire game within a game. That never happened. Like, you usually just get a demo, though. I wasn't expecting them to put a whole ass PS1 game and a PSP game.
Refrain from pursuing Isaac any further.
You're a long way from the circus, buddy.
So you're with Isaac.
Well, I feel like if the game costs a lot of money, that they would have to put something else on there, because Rondo of Blood is a pretty short game.
Not make sense to you, but to put it simply,
even the remake is pretty short.
Well, that's where the replayability comes in. You got to do the 100% stuff, and you got to save all the women, and you got to beat Shaft's ghost and whatever. And then
that I cannot tell. I know far more than you imagine, but I cannot act upon that knowledge. That is my arrangement. I may only observe. I have no choice but to excuse
I really wish they expanded on this guy more.
Yeah. In the Netflix series or in the game series?
In the games, because after this, we just don't see him again. We know about Aeon. We know that there's like a time traveling organization, but it's like, we need to know more. Like, why? Why are they doing what they're doing? Like, why is this so important? Why are they intervening with this whole Dracula versus Belmont's plot?
I guess it's just one of those random characters. I really did like in the end when he broke the fourth wall and mentioned the whole war in 1999, though.
Yeah.
The game the waiver never got. Probably never gonna get.
It's okay. Konami's probably going to surprise us. I feel like that's going to be one of the big surprises that we're probably going to get from them at some point. They're probably just going to shadow drop a 1999 game and be like, oh, hey, here you go. You guys been waiting 20 years for a Julius Belmont game. Here it is.
Well, it's funny because I think I read an article somewhere that if he had the decision, if they asked him to work on the 1999 game, Iga said that he would, and I really hope that happens, even though I'm still pissed at them for what they did. But hold on a minute. Fundamentals, show me your fundies. What? Perfect guarding attack is easier, but quick step is disabled. What?
Okay. So I guess if you really just want to master those parries.
Oh, it's a helmet.
That's kind of a... Now... Wait, what did it say?
What?
What did the helmet say it would do again? It said it would, Because what was the benefit? What was the benefit of...
Show me your fundies.
Oh.
I will not show my fundies as appropriate.
It says perfect guarding is easier. I'm like, okay. I was like, what's the benefit though? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I can't like do quick
so, like, if
steps.
If you're gonna take away the side step, that's a pretty big deal. That is a huge deal if you're taking that away.
Yeah, I got my speed ring. I think I'm good. Ooh, this is pretty.
Yeah, I totally did not notice that they're like changing a lot of the ambiance in these stages.
I like that though. And I swear it said that there was like a day and night mechanic thing too.
I mean, there might be, and we probably just didn't notice it.
I mean, I'm not noticing it. Yeah, it's not that I don't like all the songs in the game. I really do. It's just some of them, including this one, not exactly a track that I would listen to often. Curse of the Moon definitely has some good tracks, but it's not something that I would come back to that often.
This is now see this track though. This is one of those tracks that I was talking about where it's like it's not traditionally what you would associate with Castlevania, but it really works well as a drawing track. This is the kind of music you listen to when you're just drawing or writing or reading something.
Trust me, dude. I know. I've listened to like. Why am I red? I've listened to like 3 tracks in a row trying to draw one fucking picture. I hate that. For fuck's sake, dudes. How did they make you even more annoying in this game? Konami found a way.
I do like the people don't talk about this much, but I do like the design aspect of giving them dual bladed axes when giving them 2 axes when they're jumping around, because in the 2D games they just jump around and they touch you and they damage you just by touching you. But here it at least makes sense for why they're damaging you, because they're jumping around with 2 giant axes in their hands.
Well, yeah, because that was always like an annoying thing for like 3D games, like contact damage. Come on, make my day, asshole. Give me your gold. Except for Mario 64, you still... What's up?
Don't you just love it when some enemies, when their contact damage does more damage than their actual attack animation?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a few of those. I've seen a few of those already. I'm like, dude, why does your contact damage do more damage than your actual attack?
Yeah, I've noticed that in some of the Metroidvania games. But there are those with like weapons that cause way more damage. I don't know, I've just never been a big fan of contact. I get it, it's still like make it so you can't just like whiz by enemies, even though you clearly can if you know what to do and like Symphony of the Night and stuff, but I don't know, it's just so weird when you think about it logically.
It is,
like
no,
I always
weird.
do. It's like, how did you hurt me by fucking just bumping into me? Don't be freaking spit at me.
The most egregious of which being Mario. Yes, let me touch a turtle and die.
I mean, to be fair, that was like one of the first side-scrolling games, right? Dare I ask that?
You can still find humor in that, yeah. It's still funny to laugh at, though.
Well, you also have to use your imagination, too, I guess. You can imagine that they, like, bit Mario's foot or something.
That's all well and good. That's all well and good. But they're still doing it to this day.
Well, at least in some of the new renditions, they have like the Koopas actually have like they charge at you now sometimes. Same with Goombas. Masher, press after a perfect guard to follow up with a quick series of thrusts. Oh yeah.
A quick series of thrusts. Oh yeah.
I want to do it, but you keep killing everybody. Well, let's see what Isaac looks like here. It's gonna be a while. I can't remember when we meet him next. I think it's when we get to Cordova Town and fight him for the first time.
Yep. You're gonna be fighting Trevor here first.
If we make it, I'm gonna have to call it a night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're already getting pretty late.
What's your opinion on Yami Kojima's take on Trevor? Like, I like him, but at the same time, at the same time, it just it's a huge. What are you dancing? Yeah.
It's a huge what?
It's just a huge difference compared to how he looked before.
Well,
how
yeah,
he's all like muscle bound and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I find myself in. No, that's actually a good question, because
I like to have this discussion with people a lot when we talk about Castlevania 3 because it is a drastic change in his design compared to Castlevania 3. Because when you look at that, he looks all like regal and noble, and he's look all gentlemanly and fancy. He's got a tailcoat. He's got like a corset on. He's got a lot of clutter going on. Frankly,
and kind of sounds younger.
Yeah, but it's like you look at that and you compare it to his original look, and he looks so barbaric and primitive, and it's like, how did we get here? But I like to ask people that question, and I'm like, because, like, do you, like, because I don't think even, I think Ayami Kojima draws him that way when depicting the events of Castlevania 3, because I think in the manga she drew, that's how she draws him still. So I think she would have us believe that that's just how he looks at all times. That there was no barbaric face for him. Yeah. That's how she drew him in the manga when he's fighting against Dracula, when she shows off how he got his scar.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the side mangas.
Not the Sakakura one. I'm talking about the actual one that she drew. And yeah, she doesn't depict
I don't
him.
remember that. You're gonna have to show me.
Yeah, I'll probably pull it up to you later.
The only one I remember was the Alucard one before Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, there's the Alucard one, and then she did the one for Curse of Darkness too, which was much longer.
Let me guess, she only available in Japan.
I think so. I don't know the specifics, but I know I've seen. But she definitely didn't depict him looking like a barbarian. Matter of fact, I think that manga was the one and only time she ever drew Sypha and Grant, and even then they were like distant silhouettes.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah. So I think that kind of answers my question, is that Trevor just always looked like that. He always had that coat. And I would like to assume that maybe that's the reason why it looks beige here. Maybe originally it was fully white, and maybe with age and like the more it got degraded and dirty, it got beige looking. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah,
because it is such a stark
It's really
difference.
good. It's just I don't know.
No, it is. But it is because I find myself, whenever I want to draw Castlevania 3 stuff, I always find myself asking myself, I'm like, do I want to draw the Curse of Darkness Trevor, or do I want to challenge myself and draw like a barbaric version of him?
I feel like every time you do, you're always asking yourself, what would Ayami Kojima do?
Yeah, well, yeah, I always do that when I draw stuff. It's like, well, how would she draw it? But not only that, I also have to ask myself, does this make sense contextually? Like, how would he go from this to looking how he does in Curse of Darkness, realistically? How would he go from looking like this? Because if he looks like a barbarian, you'd think he would act like one too. And I don't get that vibe from him in Curse of Darkness whatsoever. He doesn't feel like a barbarian.
I mean, I honestly don't see him as a barbarian. That's honestly how we kind of portrayed him, because with a lot of the Castlevania art, they're basically like reused like poses and stuff, which always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, the first one is iconic, but when I found out the secret behind that, especially with the second one, but I don't know, I guess I just grew up with that look, and it's always been iconic to me. But even over in Japan, their depiction of him was still kind of like muscle bound and everything.
Yeah. But even, yeah, I guess that's just...
Sorry.
No, I guess I was going to say, yeah, I guess like when you're looking at it from Ayami Kojima's perspective, yeah, she just chooses to draw him like Curse of Darkness at all times, which, yeah, I think would have to make sense, because I guess, you know, after Lament of Innocence, I mean, yeah, look at how Leon looked, and I mean, I don't know what would cause them to, but it's also weird, because it's like, how did we go from Trevor, who looks like that, who has a tailcoat and looks gentlemanly and looks so fancy, how did we go from him to suddenly going back into barbarians again? Because Christopher looks barbaric, then Simon looks barbaric. How did we get back into that? And then they go back to looking fancy again. Juiced looks gentlemanly and Richter looks gentlemanly. How do
Well,
we go back to that?
to be fair, she didn't. I don't think she ever drew Christopher.
Well, no, she didn't. But the idea is still the same, though. Because she draws Simon barbarically now, even though, yeah, I mean, she's always drawn him as a barbarian, but, yeah, I mean, it's still the same, though. Christopher's been a barbarian, Simon's been a barbarian, but it's like, yeah, like, why do they fluctuate? Like, contextually, why do we go from having these kind of signature tailcoats? Because most of the Belmonts have one. Most of the Belmonts have a really fancy looking tailcoat, except for Christopher and Simon.
Yes, her version of Simon's like in bondage.
Yeah, and then she eventually ditched that and decided to just embrace the classic version, the blonde one, and was like, nah, we're not doing the red hair version anymore.
Wait, she did?
That's folklore, canonically.
She did?
Yeah. She did it for Grimoire of Souls.
Oh, that was... Wait, Konami got her back to do the art?
Yeah. That's all her. Yeah, they got her back for Grimoire.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I literally thought that they used like that they just used her art and made tweaks themselves.
No.
You're kidding me.
No.
I feel bad like bitching about them because I noticed there are like a lot of reused stuff like Soma's when he's like the Dark Lord. They just basically reused his thing but made him look a little sinister. And I thought Konami did that.
What's funny about that? What's funny about that is, yes, they do reuse quite a bit of artwork from Harmony of Despair and Symphony of the Night even. What's funny about that is when it comes to a couple of her works, like with Maria's portrait, for some reason when she drew Maria for Grimoire of Souls, she went back to her Symphony of the Night drawing of Maria and she kind of just traced it, but made it look more updated. Like literally, if you pull it back and like if you do like a side by side and look at it, she literally just traced her own work and made it look more modernized to fit in with her current aesthetic.
I honestly thought that was the same thing. The same thing with Alucard's portrait.
Like how so?
No, Alucard's portrait's basically the same from Symphony of the Night. I thought Maria's was as well. And Grimoire of Souls.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So, Alucard's is that's straight lifted. Maria's depending on which I'll have to show you what I'm talking about. But But yeah, no, it is kind of funny. But no, yeah, she does the artwork for that game.
I'm kind of surprised. Konami better be paying her good. But
yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna have to hop off, but I'll talk to you after. Yeah. Alrighty. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm sorry if it was just me going around and goofing. We finally got to another area, or the third area. Oh yeah, I guess we did fight 2 bosses at least. I might grind a little bit off screen too, because I usually like to do that as well. But
probably going to be for the best for this kind of playthrough, because it looks like this playthrough is going to be a little bit jank with these mechanics.
I'm gonna have to look back. I didn't put this on hard mode, so why is this happening to me? Maybe just get a little practice.
You might want to double check your settings too to see if you enabled something because the way shit's randomized in this. There's got to be a way. Like on the main menu, I think is how you'd have to do it, but I don't know. I don't know how this would work.
Show complete HUD? What? What? What is this?
Oh boy, what'd you find now?
No, I'm just on options. I don't know if you can see it, but L1 and R1 cycles through these weird things. Yeah, and I can't put subtitles on, it automatically takes it off for some reason. Wait, did I just... Color filtering day and night. Color filtering original, lively, new lighting, sunset, dusk, night. Oh, did I not have the day and night cycle enabled? Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. I don't even think I had it enabled. You go to the options, you couldn't see it, but you can like cycle through and stuff. That's actually really cool. I like the darker thing, but for like it being daytime. I don't know, what do you think?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's cool to see something different.
Let's check out the other ones real quick. I didn't know that was a thing. Color filtering original. Oh yeah, that's the old boring one. I'm kidding. Lively. Whoa! That's way too bright.
Okay.
New lighting. Oh, this is what we were looking at. Yeah, I like this. It's all purple. Sunset. That's really nice. Man, I'm impressed. Dusk. Nice. Nice graphics. Dang. I'm guessing it would still look like this if I had the day and night cycle on anyway, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think I'll have it on and we'll check it out. Man, it really makes this room beautiful, though. That is awesome. And I'm usually not for people like messing with like the textures and stuff of games like this, which is why I refuse to get like mods for Bloodstain, because they put their heart and soul in a game like that. But these guys did pretty good. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys like what you saw, then please take a nice big bite out of that follow button and go ahead and check out my buddy here. Do you stream on Twitch or do you just stream on YouTube?
Just YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, go find him on YouTube. Definitely take a nice big bite out of his subscribe button. So, all right. You guys have a wonderful night. Sleep tight. And don't let the vampires bite.